invite right. Here we go. Thank you. Thank you.
Good morning, good evening, good afternoon.
What's up, YouTube fam? Welcome back to Rich Rod. I'm Richie Rich.
And this is Cheng. Go ahead.
If you didn't know, now you know. All right, go ahead, which best?
So before we start our show today, we just want to give DC
Huge
shout
shout out to
to
Derek
DC.
Casaneras, aka DC, and his lovely friend Miss Risa. We first of all, thanks for the gear. The gear is super cool. We promised you we was gonna rock it, so we have to rock this gear. Also, we wanted to give a shout out to you guys. We had a great time out at dinner last night with those two. DC is a cool cat. I would do it. He's on that list of people. I would do it again in a heartbeat. I would do it again without even thinking about it.
And I personally want to thank the both of you for, I didn't expect to have my birthday cake last night.
The late birthday. Yeah, we had a really good time. We just really want to thank you guys from the bottom of our hearts. That was awesome, and we're looking forward to doing it again.
Yes.
One more quick shout out that I want to give. I know Philippines Antics is doing their live stream right now, and just for you guys, just so you guys know, a lot of times, I really try to have our live stream where it's not at the same time as them, just out of respect. Unfortunately, sometimes we can't make that happen. So we got Calvin's live stream like in an hour or something like that. Their live stream before. So we're like kind of caught we're kind of caught on it, right. So we used to try the reason we started doing it on Sunday morning was so that we didn't conflict with them, but
they changed it.
I was like, what are we gonna do? Anyway, but I just want to say shout out to Philippines Antics. For whatever people might want to say, they always come up with the real skinny on stuff.
Yeah.
Always. And I appreciate people, digging. I mean, they have some good inside knowledge about things going. Yeah, some good intel. Shout out to them for giving us the real skinny, the real scoop. And Heidi and George, I just want to say I appreciate you guys for just telling the story and for always being good to us. And Heidi, hopefully praying for you and your health. Leave them donuts, girl. Leave those donuts alone, girl. I know you like them donuts. I do too. But let's take care of yourself so you'll be around for a long time. All right, let's get into it. What you got?
Yeah. Also, we'd like to shout out Naps
for Naps, because Naps won the trivia question. What was the answer to the trivia question? What was the question?
The question is, the question was, what does DNA stand for? And the answer is deoxyribonucleic acid.
Right. And Naps was the first person to get that answer right. So shout out to him for breaking it down and hitting us with that knowledge, right? Okay. And then what else? Oh, and really quick, in the beginning, so we only have like a few people on here right now. I think people are still moving around and jostling around. But can you guys give us a little feedback, if you will, about the trivia? Do you guys think it sucks, it's stupid? Move on, or do you like the trivia? Just give us a little shout out, a little feedback in the chat. Let us know how you think about the trivia. I'm a sucker. I like trivia. I'm a Jeopardy fool, so I kind of like trivia. I just think it just adds to it. That's all, But let us know how you think.
Yeah, and also adding to what you said, we want to be informative. Then this is a good brain exercise while watching our show. Adding to the knowledge and then trying to have a refresher. It's been a long time since I heard that term. Yeah, refresher.
All right. Anyway, let us know how you feel about it in the comments. Well, if you want us to, we'll keep doing it. If you guys just think it sucks and we should move on, then let us know and we'll drop it and move on. We got a couple more things, up our sleeve. So we want to keep it. We want to be entertaining. We want to be informative at the same time. We want to have some fun too. So, all right. What's the topic today?
The topic for today is why most Western women are less desirable now.
Okay. What's your opinion? Why do you think some men feel that a lot of Western women are less desirable.
I think it's a lot with it has something to do a lot with the attitude of Western women towards men. I think that's how they perceive, we have traditional gender roles. And I think that the the mindset of I can do what you can do.
Right.
What else you can do for me that I cannot do? Something like that. I think it's the mindset that makes them less desirable.
Okay.
Because if you already set your mind into something and you don't want to change, you're not open to change, you're not
Right.
open for compromise.
You got pants.
Yeah.
Right. I got you. I think it has a lot to do with a lot of stuff. I think, we always talk about these fit, feminine, and friendly women that we're looking for. And I think so many of the women now are not fit. They're not feminine. A lot of them are so masculine, and everything is a competition. Everything is a battle. And I think when men are looking for peace in their life, you can't. A lot of men just feel like they can't get that from a lot of the women now. So I think that's what it's about. But we're gonna get deeper into it. We'll get into it. We're gonna get the audience's comments, and get you guys' take on it. The phone lines are open. So, but real quick, let's. What you gotta say? What you?
Yeah, because we started without letting them know our rules of the show before we jump in. Don't forget that this is a call-in live stream. The number is scrolling across the bottom of the screen. It's 415-490-8030. And of course, our man Slick Rick is here to manage the board. And
He's here, right?
Yes.
I just saw.
He's here to manage the board, and of course, you are welcome to share your thoughts and opinions for 2 minutes and 2 seconds. And most importantly, please be respectful to everyone here in the space and also on the chat.
Real quick, I want you, just to let you guys know, why do we do this stupid 2 minutes and 2 seconds thing? Number one, if you're old enough, you remember the Chuck Woolery thing. What was it, Love Connection, where he did "We'll Be Back in 2 and 2." It's just kind of like we just stole that from that. But the other thing is, what you guys can't see, we have this little monitor, this ticker thing, and what we understand is that when people are on for more than that amount of time, the audience starts clicking out. They start tuning out and going somewhere else. And so if you don't have a lot to say that is powerful, people start leaving. They leave the show. So what we learned through that is that if we can keep people on and get their comments, get them in, get them out, and get the next person on, the show goes on and it remains a quality show. So that's the reason why. It's no shade against nobody or what anybody has to say. We're just trying to keep the show as high quality as possible, or trying to get the show there.
So if you're ready to call in, then condense or compress your thoughts, and
Yeah, just think about what you want to say first. Before you call in, think about what you want to say.
We would appreciate that.
And that just keeps the show going, keeps the show
flowing.
Keeps the show flowing. Absolutely. Okay.
Okay. So before we proceed, let's shout out some people first.
What do you want to shout out?
Good morning. Good evening to you, Black Box. Michael Moy is here.
Mike's in the house.
And of course, Slick Rick is managing the board. We also have, it's me. Okay, and Raymond is here.
What's happening, Raymond?
Like your t-shirt, Jake. Thank you so much.
Hey, man. Hey, look.
DC.
Yeah, got two of them. Each of us got two of them.
Yeah.
I think the other one is the elephant.
We have different designs.
Yeah.
We're unique.
Right.
We don't have
twin. I don't want to be a twin anyway.
Yeah, but anyway, Obi-Wan is also here.
Naps is in here winning contests and all of that.
We have Chuck.
What's
Mason.
happening, Chuck?
We also have Big Love. Everybody in the club get tipsy.
Everybody in the club get tipsy.
Okay.
Yeah. That used to be my jam back in the day. What's up, Big Love? What's happening? Okay. Who else we miss? Rise Raiders in the house. What's happening, Rise Raider? Hey, Rise Raider, where are you watching from, bro? Let us know. Give us a little shout out. Let us know where you're watching from.
The Rise Raider, we have the same opinion. It's the attitude of a lot of Western.
We'll get to that. We'll get to it. Yeah. All right. Amita Bowie's in the house. What's happening, Amita Bowie?
Hello, Amita Bowie. Back to the Philippines is here.
What's happening, brother?
Good morning, Richie and Cheng. Cheng hit her points right on the nail. The biggest failure is the mindset. They're more masculine than their credit scores. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Smooth Lee is in the house. What's happening, Smooth?
Hello, Smooth.
Okay. And let's go ahead. Well, since we're in the comments already, we'll kick it off. Go ahead and you want to read Smooth?
Okay, yeah, sure. Okay, so I disagree with both you guys. I don't think Western women are less desirable. It depends on the type of women you meet.
Okay. I think that's a great way to kick off this show. Smooth, I always got mad respect for you, whether we agree or disagree. And on this one, I'm gonna have to agree with you that we disagree. Just in my experience watching, I have 10 sisters, count them, brother, and only one of them is married, and I know why. I understand why, and it's not just my sisters. I think it is society today. I think it is feminism. I think a lot of it is about feminism. I think, and this doesn't encompass all the women, of course, but I definitely think women are different. I think women, so many women are in their masculine roles because we have so many single moms, and they don't know how, they can't pick a man because they've never had men in their lives. So they don't know the difference between a good man and a bad man. So when they pick men, they pick garbage men who treat them bad, and they end up back where they started from. And then they end up having babies from those garbage men. And now you're having to be a man and a woman at the same time. So when you get a good man in your life, finally, if you're lucky enough to, you don't know how to give them that control, and it just becomes a vicious cycle. It becomes that's my own opinion. But Smooth, I got mad love for you, brother, and I would never disrespect you. I just think we have different opinions on this.
Okay.
But I welcome you to call in. I would love to hear your opinion on the call, brother. You're always welcome to call in. I would give you priority. All right. If
Okay,
I can
so
keep the phone lines
open.
yeah, if I can keep these dang things open.
Okay, so just adding to what you said, and just to clarify, we're not here to bash anybody, but we are here
Come
to.
on, man. Stop with all that. Yeah, but the show is the show. Why are we gonna say all that?
We're honestly like talking about your experiences with Western women. So your experience here.
Bashing nobody. We're just saying what we think. This is just opinion. This is my opinion or your opinion. It might be different. Yeah, nobody's trying to bash. Yeah.
I understand.
How can we always go, oh, we're not here to bash. We're not here to bash Western men. We're not here to bash Filipinos.
Yeah, but sometimes when we put out short, sometimes, honey, diba, they only listen to a part of what we talked about. So,
That's true.
out of context, they judge.
That's true.
Yeah,
That's all right. Well, people are gonna judge. Look, we had a YouTube channel. People gonna say what they want to say. Right.
I
Okay.
just to put it out there.
Okay. All right. Okay. So Smoothly, he kicked it off with a strong take. All right. Official
EJ Wade.
Official EJ Wade is in the house. What's up, official?
Hello.
All right. Our Rise Raider said, I think Western women are probably the most desirable physically. I agree. Well, in part, I think the ones that are taking good care of themselves, I agree. I mean, the attraction is still there for the ones that are taking care of themselves. I think a lot of them are not so fit and definitely not so feminine. But I agree, the attraction hasn't gone away at all. But I think it's just if it was just about how they look, I think most of us wouldn't have a problem. But unfortunately, looks only go so far and can only carry you so far, and it's more than that. So I agree with you, though, brother. Okay. Young Fresh said,
desirability isn't about
part one.
Part one.
Yeah, this is Jerry. You got part one now. You got to start off right.
Okay. Yeah. Jerry's part one said, desirability isn't about nationality. It's about what a culture teaches women to value. In many Southeast Asian culture, relationship and family are still seen as central pillars of a woman's life. Part two.
Part two. You gotta get to part two. Come on.
Commitment, loyalty, and partnership are emphasized from a young age. That creates women who are relationship oriented by default. Part three. In the West, the culture pushes a different message. Prioritize career, chase corporate titles, delay family, and treat relationships as optional.
As optional, right? All right. Treat men and relationships as optional, as if they're. Yeah, I don't think so. Okay.
I think I would agree to Jerry's comment because at a young age, where our minds are conditioned as Filipinos, a lot of us are conditioned to, when you grow up, this is how you take care of the house, so that when you build your own family, you know how to take care of the house, how to take care of your husband.
Right.
Yeah. So
Right. I think the values. I think what people value in their cultures have just changed a lot. I think we used to value family a lot. I just don't think we value family like we used to.
yeah,
I just
I
I,
totally
I
agree.
think so many women value their careers and yeah,
Education.
and education. There's nothing wrong with that.
Yes.
But I think that can't be the pinnacle. I think yeah. Anyway, let's take this first call. All right, hold on a second. It didn't ring though.
Yeah, me too.
Okay, go ahead. Who's calling? Where are you calling from?
This is back to the Philippines.
What's going on, man? What's happening?
I know I only got 2 minutes and 2 seconds, but I'll make this short and simple. To the gentleman that wrote in the chat earlier saying it depends on the type of woman that you meet. I
Mhm.
mean, you could say that blanket statement to anywhere that you travel.
Agreed.
So let's run through this real quick. Let's run through this scenario. So an average woman that you meet in America, it all comes down to interaction. It comes down to conversation. And in general, women don't find just having casual conversations as something they desire to just have, just to have just a regular day. Hey, how's your day going? Oh, I'm doing good. They don't care about that,
Right.
And when you have those interactions, that's what leads to finding someone intriguing. That's what leads to getting the number. That's what leads to the first date. And when I talk about first date, you have to show up. And a lot of them, they don't show up. Why? Because they're getting so much attention from other men. Why? Because they're on dating apps. Why? Because they desire attention. Why? Because they listen to media. Why? Because they're easily influenced. So when you say that blanket statement, it's like, to what end? Because when you go to other areas that are literally copying what they see on media, but they're still getting married.
Right.
They're still getting rings. They're still getting pregnant. They're still raising families. So, I mean, you could say that blanket statement, but it's very void, but that's just my opinion. So it just
Right.
comes down to interaction. And women across the world desire to have, really good interactions with other people, not only foreigners, locals too, so that's my opinion.
Right. I
Thank you.
appreciate that take, brother. Appreciate you. And you had
No
about
problem.
10 seconds left to spare. Appreciate you, brother. Take care, man.
Thank you.
But I agree. It seems to me like a lot of women, if they want to get involved with a man at home, there's an agenda. There's always an agenda.
What's in it for
what's
me?
in it for me? What can you give me? What can you do for me? It's not about I care about you. It's not about what we can do for each other. It's about what's in it. What can you do for me? And here's the crazy part to me. Here's the craziest part is so many of these women are broke. I mean broke. They will call you names because you can't afford or because you don't choose not to, to pay for their the lavish lifestyle that they want. They'll call you names. But if you start digging and you start finding out more out about them, most of those women are super broke and deep in debt. Most of it. And that's the crazy thing to me but most of them, so many of them have an agenda that they're coming at you with. You got to take me to this kind of place. You got to show me that you deserve my time. All that. You got to show me you deserve my time. Shoot, I'm a quality man. You crazy. Anyway, okay, go ahead.
So just to piggyback on what you said, I think, just to put a little perspective into how dating works here in the Philippines, I think for the most part, a lot of women who would want to date or meet someone here, they start emotionally. They want emotional connection. For some women,
I can give you some.
and also I let's not sugarcoat that there are women also who would want to date, and just like some western women, that what's in it for me if I'm going to date you.
Absolutely.
But a lot of times, for some Filipinos, they start off with connection, emotional connection, and then
Right.
from there we can
Do you, no shade, no shade. This is a question. This is no shade. Do you really think that though? Do you really? I think that, in my opinion, I think here, not in the U.S. because I think there's a different mentality in the U.S. But I think here, the Filipinos that are looking for a foreign partner, I think that most of the time there's an agenda. I think most of the time there's an agenda. She's looking to upgrade. She's looking to upgrade, and she looks at him as the man who can upgrade her lifestyle. And again, no shade. I'm not saying it's right, wrong, or different. but if we understand that, then it's up to us how we move with them, right?
Yeah.
But I would respectfully disagree with you.
Mhm.
I think there is absolutely an agenda with the local women who are looking for a foreign partner. It's not a bad agenda because women all want security. They all want safety. They all want security, no matter where you are in the world. But let's not pretend. Let's not pretend that they don't want something. Why are they looking for it? We talked about this last night. Let's not pretend why they're looking for an older dude, because he can give her what she's looking for, right? So anyway.
So I think, I have to change something about my mindset.
Okay.
Because I think that I every time I say something or give opinions that this is how Filipinos think, that my how I think is how a lot of Filipinos think, and that's not how it works.
Yeah.
I
Real quick, if you're trying to call in, our phone is a little funky today, but call in again. I think I got it back. It's gonna be like this throughout, but just Slick Rick, I appreciate you. Stay on top of it, and but go ahead and call in if you're trying to call in. I think we got it back where it needs to be. So go ahead and call in. Sorry, babe. Go ahead.
So I was saying that I think when you ask me a lot about the Philippines, what I think, I oftentimes apply my thinking that, oh, this is how a lot of Filipinos think, which is not, because I think that, in my opinion, I think differently, and I almost always apply my thinking that this is how a lot of Filipinos think. So
And it's hard because that's why I always say some or most instead of saying Filipinos think or American men think, because we can't have this thing where we feel like our thoughts or how we feel encompasses the whole entire group, right? You want to read Big Love's comment?
Yeah, Big Love said, smoothly, just my 2 pennies, but you like me are
But you
but
me.
you like
Yeah.
me are married. We really can't speak on this.
I think I mean we could all have a little comment or whatever, but I think sometimes there's a different perspective. Sometimes if you're already off the market, you may not have the same perspective as people who are single and still looking to mingle. And by the way, we missed part 4.
Oh, there's part 4. Usually there's part 2.
Yeah, I know.
Okay, part 4. The irony is that many of those corporate roles aren't stable or fulfilling long term. Yet women are encouraged to build their identity around them.
Exactly. Exactly. And I think it's a recipe for disaster.
Yeah, I agree.
And not good. Miss Luca's in the house. What's happening, Luca?
Good morning, Miss
Luca, don't be afraid to call in and give us your opinion. We love it. We love it. Let's read Smooth's comment. Smooth said, but Rich, how many single moms and married women in the Philippines are not with their husbands or their children's fathers? Why aren't we looking at that picture? I think I'm missing the point. How many single moms, right? Okay. Let me say this. Let me see this. So if we're talking about single moms, and then the married women in the Philippines are not with their husbands, right?
Because it's Western women. A lot of Western women are less desirable. So maybe he's leaning towards there are a lot of Western women that are single mothers also. Why are we not looking at the Philippines who has a lot of single mothers also? Why are
let me say something, because that's a good point, Smooth. Let me also point something out that is really important for people to remember. We talk about single mothers here in the Philippines. Let me ask this question and think about this. If I don't know if you can say the word, if deleting children before they're born was allowed in the Philippines, would there be nearly as many single moms? Remember, in the United States, it is legal to do that. But here in the Philippines, it's not. So how many more single moms would there be in the US if it was not allowed? If it was not an option? I don't necessarily think that it's a fair comparison. And Smooth, I think you make a good point. But what I'm saying is that I'm not questioning that at all. What I'm saying is that I think Western women in my opinion, a lot of Western women are not as desirable because a lot of them simply are not taking care of themselves as much. A lot of them are super masculine, and because they're single moms, and so they have to assume both roles, and they don't know how to give up control or be. They've been masculine for so long, and they don't know how to go back to being feminine. They don't know how to go back to being, to letting, to being in a compromising role where you compromise with a partner. They don't know how to work with a partner because they haven't done it in years, if ever. So that's my assertion. Also, not just that, but they prioritize, like we said, they prioritize work over family, their careers over family, and I think those are the reasons. I think if you're looking at a woman and her career is the biggest thing, how are you going to fit into that? She got her career, she's got her kids.
You'll always
you're always at the bottom. You're always at the bottom. Yeah. And I think that's not desirable. Combined with that mentality, they're entitled. Some women are very entitled and expecting us to bring everything to the table, and they have to provide nothing. And I'm cool on all of that. Yeah, we'll take this next call. All right, caller, who's calling in?
Me again, back to the Philippines.
You get another 2 and 2. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm gonna be a little shorter. The chat you have on the screen, it's an interesting take. The only thing I can say to that, that's the reason why I called, is because that movie I was telling you guys about a few weeks ago, it's popular in the Philippines. I think Chang knows about it, and the breadwinner is. So that movie, yeah. So I don't know if you've seen the movie, Chang. So if that plot in that movie was actually more popularized and it's happening in America, then I would agree with his point of what you have on the screen. But that's not what's happening at all. It's just all about me just taking from the man, take it from the man, take it from the man. But in the breadwinner in that movie, she's working abroad, she's trying to provide for her family. You're not seeing that type of commitment happening in America. It's all about like hustling and finessing other people, especially if you have a child with another person. They don't see it that way.
Right.
So I if that was happening more in America, I could agree with that. But you can't couple it together. There's two separate reasons as to why that's happening in the Philippines compared to America. And when you're here and you talk to them, because I've talked to quite a few of them, their scenarios are quite different compared to what happens in America.
Right.
So like you don't see women that are getting pregnant and become single moms trying to put the whole family on their back, just to take care of them. That's not happening. That's not. You would think that it would happen, but that's not the case. And like what Chang said, it comes back to mindset. So it's two different scenarios. You cannot compare. It's not that. What's going on?
Right. Okay. Fair statement. I appreciate you, brother. Yeah.
Thank you.
Here's the thing. I'm not going to go on this whole rant and start saying Filipinos are so much better than American women or not. I'm not doing all of that. But I will say this. I'll say this. The other cat said, hey, look, you're married. Smooth, you're married. Smooth's got a nice wife, a nice, beautiful wife and daughter. But I would ask you this, in fairness, and this is to you, Smooth. You married a Filipina, bruh. If American women were all of that in a bag of chips, why did you go out and marry a Filipina? And I know you met her in the U.S., but she's still a Filipina, bruh. So I mean, you even chose a Filipina. You didn't choose an American woman. Why did you choose to do that? And if American women were all that, but you made the same choice. So obviously there was something that appealed to you about your wife, your beautiful wife, that clicked with you. And the same thing I think resonates with a lot of other men out there. They're looking for that same type of wife. That's all I'm saying. Okay. All right. We'll go ahead.
Part 5.
Oh, part 5. Is it part 6? Okay, hold on a second. We'll take this call.
Sure.
All right. Caller, who's calling? Where are you calling from?
Hey, this is Journey Charles and Joy. How you doing?
We're doing good. How you doing, man?
Good. How you doing, Richie and Chang? You guys are having a good weekend.
Oh, it's good, man. It's really good. What you got on this tape?
So my whole take is this, and as somebody who is not born in America, so my family history goes from I was born in Ghana till the age of 5, moved to Liverpool, England, lived there for 3 years. This was what 1984 to 1990, then 1993 to 1990, 1993 in Liverpool, England. Then we moved to Vancouver, British Columbia, Canada, 7 years, and then moved to America. So for me, I come to the realization, like, when I'm just observing cultures, is that a lot of the problem that people see or not realizing is that there is a difference in culture in basis how people are raised. So when I came here to America, I realized this is not a place that shares the same values as family values as it is in other places like in Africa or some will say Southeast Asia or some lesser developed nations. There's still more of a traditional culture. So they're raised to be, more domesticated or more in terms of what it means to be a husband or a wife. Those values are trained and put on the children, and they observe that, they live that, and they're grown in that. America's kids are not grown in that. I mean, when I first came here to America, the first question that I got asked was I a virgin? I'm like a 15-year-old kid. I'm like, what is a virgin? I did not know that because I grew up in such a culture, in such a Catholic conservative family when I was growing up in my home, like in wherever we moved in my African home. That's what we were raised. We were very sheltered in that standpoint. But American kids are very free, and they're taught everything at an early age. And unfortunately, there's no guidance anymore because the parents don't care. They just give their sons condoms and put their daughters on birth control and hoping that things work out right. Well, the problem is things doesn't work out right. The most frustrated people are the American males because they realize that there's no women to date, and the women, they're not interested in date. They're more interested in the material things of today's time. Yeah. So in essence, the kids in today's time in the American West, they're not raised to be wives or raised to be husbands. So how can people be upset when guys are going outside to cultures that have that's the domestication of their own children and their own people?
Great points. Very good points. I appreciate you, man. Good points. Way to kick this off with some strong takes, man. All right.
Thank you.
All right. Don't let it be the last time you call, and we love you, bro. Take care.
Take care, guys.
That's good. That's a good point. It's a really good point. I just think our culture, we prioritize freedom. We prioritize, original thought, and we're doing all of this left-wing stuff. And I'm not saying anything's right, wrong, or indifferent. I'm just saying families seem to have taken a back seat. Focusing on family, building families instead of going around counting bodies and talking about how and being in the streets.
It used to be the
outside.
priority, building family.
But it's not anymore. It's not anymore.
Also here in the Philippines, I noticed that a lot has changed because, before we're into when I want to be a good woman so that, we're talking about building a family. Right. But now it's more about building career and then family can wait later. And exactly. You see a lot of young couples now, instead of having kids, they have dogs.
Absolutely. Because dogs are easier.
They don't go to school.
Yeah. Exactly. Go ahead. You want to read the comment?
Jermaine Smith said, Filipino women feel the need to defend all women.
I think women feel the need to defend all women. I think it's the sisterhood thing. Yeah.
It's because maybe I'm just thinking of this way. Maybe because a woman is a woman and she knows how another woman would feel. Yeah, know how another woman would feel. So
hold on. We'll take this call.
Sure.
All right, hold on a second, caller. All right, caller, who's calling? What you got?
Hey, Rich, my brother, how you doing?
What's happening, Smooth? What's happening, my brother?
Everything's good, man. Rich, I think what it is, I don't think American women are less desirable, my friend.
Okay.
I just think it's just a difference in men value, what they value. That's just my opinion.
Okay.
For example, what do you when you say what men value, What do you?
Well, most traditional mindset in many cases, I find most men think that Filipino women are raised to be that way.
Mm-hmm.
In some portion, I agree with that.
Mm-hmm.
But I think when I hear guys like you say that women in America is less desirable, I just kind of wonder the relationship that you guys were in and what happened for a lot of you guys to think that all the women in America is just the same like the women that you guys were dating. That's just my take.
No, it's a good take, but hold up, but I need to make one correction. I didn't say all, and you just said all, but I didn't say all. I specifically said some women are less valuable. And then I have another question for you, Smooth, my brother. You chose a Filipina. If American women were, in your opinion, I mean, to me that actually makes my point. If you felt like American women, go ahead.
Hear this. I didn't go looking for a Filipino woman, my friend.
Right.
I had a beautiful black lady I was with from the South.
Right.
And I screwed that relationship because my mindset wasn't right. So I know there are good women here in America that men can find. I just don't like guys to base their opinion on their past relationship and then throw it off on women here in America. That's just all I'm saying.
No, that's
we can do the back and forth about Filipino women.
Right.
We can say that a lot of women in the Philippines are not good because we see the end results of relationships that don't work. Agree. Over there in the Philippines.
Agreed.
That's all I'm trying to say.
You make fair points. I give a counterpoint. That's the lawyer in me. One last thing before you go. Answer me this, if you please. If most men come to the Philippines and they're looking for a traditional wife, right, or a traditional woman, do you have a better chance? If we're being honest, do you feel like you have a better chance of getting that fit, feminine, and friendly woman here in the Philippines or in the United States, even with the population difference? Yes, if you will.
To be honest with you, brother, I really can't even answer that question, and I'm being really honest with you.
That's fair.
Truly, I'm being honest.
Right. You know what? How about this? We'll leave it to the audience, and we have this is only a small sample size, right? But let's let the audience answer that. So and first, thanks for calling in. You know you're my dude. You know me, you're my dude, Smooth. We appreciate you calling in and adding to the quality of the show.
Hey, Rich, I have much respect for you and your lovely lady, man. Come on.
Absolutely.
So we're just having a real man talk.
Absolutely. And I always appreciate that people can call in and that people that I love and admire and respect, and we can have a conversation. We can agree to disagree. So before we can, I'm gonna forget half the stuff I want to say because we're taking calls, but that's all right. We love the calls.
Give me a word, and then I'll let you remember.
Okay. All right. Who's calling in? Where you calling from?
Yeah, this is Keith Williams calling from San Antonio, Texas. How y'all doing?
We're doing good, man. What's happening? Come on with
it. It's all good. Listen, one of the things that's been happening here, and it's not just with American women, but also with some men as well, is that, like one brother said, the values has gone down over the years.
Absolutely.
Now, when me and you were being raised, as far as growing up, our parents taught us how to, what to do, what's right, what's wrong. As the generational gap continued on from kids on and so forth, the values have gone out the window. Some of it is through the music, some of it is through various movies that's being watched here. And these kids now that came up after us, where we was taught totally different, how not only have respect for each other, but also for the ladies, and the ladies also to carry themselves in a certain way. That's gone out the window.
Carry themselves like that anymore.
Pretty much now these days. I ain't saying that they're not some good women here, good ladies here in America. They are, but it's getting fewer and fewer to find.
That's the point.
A good woman here.
That's the point.
Because of the way the way that the values and the society here in America ways of change. Like I said, some of it is through the music, some of it is through movies and stuff like that, and it's also through that of a lack of responsibility. Even dealing with the way some of the parents raise their kids now these days.
Right.
I'm a school bus driver, and I take kids to school, and I'm noticing when you do something for them, these younger kids, they don't even know how to say thank you. You do something for them.
Right. Right. It's a different world, brother. It's a different world. We appreciate you calling in. We appreciate you calling. Don't let it be the last time you call, bro. I agree. But so we have 55 people in here right now, a small sample size. Is it one of the things I think is that we have a lot of women that the women that are in our dating pool, these women, let's just say they're 35 to 45, right? Those women have been through a lot. By the time they get to this age, they've been through a lot. Some of them have been made whatever kind of decisions. My point is that it's not that they're not desirable. It's not that Western men are not desirable. I just think that there are less and less women to choose from, as my man just said. Right. Sorry, missed you. Go ahead, man.
Yeah, apologize for that. I guess we got cut off, but yeah, the values have gone down here.
They absolutely. The values have gone down, and I think you make a good point in that there's just less to choose from, less quality women to choose from, and I think that's a good point. I appreciate you calling in, man.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's good hearing from y'all. It's good seeing y'all.
Thank you, brother. Don't let it be the last time you call in. Take care now.
I won't. You have a good one too. Bye bye.
All right, now. Let's see. Caller, who's calling and where you calling from?
It's Black Box, brother. What's going on?
Go ahead, brother. What you got, man?
Okay, let's get it. It's about feminism. This country, the United States, has been feminized. It started with the feminism back in the 40s and the 30s, where women were trying to get the voting right, the right to vote, but not the right to get drafted. They adopt that. Then the second way is feminism, right? So then LBJ and everybody gave black people, after Reconstruction and Jim Crow, the ability to kick their husbands out the house to get welfare. So now you got single mothers that are perpetually pumping out babies to stay on the welfare system.
Right.
Then black women and brown women adopt white women's issues with the feminism and said, oh, we got the same problems you did, but black people didn't have those problems with Jim Crow. When Jim Crow and racial integration, black women and black men actually stay together at higher levels during Jim Crow than they do now. Then when people say, well, men are messed up, well, because they're being raised by liberal women. So the boys are not being taught how to be men, they're being taught to be adult women. So that leads to a lot of violence, a lot of kids going to jail, and it perpetuates itself. So now the snake is eating its tail. You got girls out here dressing all crazy because we went to fourth wave feminism, where women are just being used by the corporate state to produce money and work for these big corporations. They don't want to listen to men as boyfriends, but they want to listen to the men as their bosses. And then wonder why nobody wants to marry them. And these women are attracted to the only 5% of men, while 95% of the other men are totally invisible. So guys, regular average guys are invisible to women, so they go to the Philippines because they want to date. And then if they do find somebody, they get divorced and have their resources stolen from them, and they're hopeless. So they say, well, I can't deal with this, and this is why so many dudes leave.
Right. So doesn't it still come down to, I agree with everything you just said. Actually, in proportion, I agree with everything you just said. Thank you for calling. Let me ask you, doesn't it come down to, thanks for calling in, by the way, doesn't it come down to your choices? Number one, the woman you choose, because, I mean, we all have a responsibility to vet, to choose the right kind of person. And if the person doesn't meet doesn't meet your qualifications or whatever you're looking for, or she can't, or he or she doesn't, can't abide by your boundaries, then you got to bounce. You got to dip and find somebody else who you can work with. But I think it comes down to choosing the right person, regardless of how few choices there are left, but choosing the right person. And then on top of that, I'm not just choosing the right person, but also I forgot what I was going to say again.
I'll help you out.
Go ahead, say it.
So, for example, yeah, because our question is, are most Western women less desirable now? I think the question that I think this is also what Smooth is trying to say earlier, that if that experience you had, like for example, you chose a woman and then doesn't meet your qualifications, does the other women who doesn't meet your qualifications less desirable to you? Like in that is being desired is like, very subjective, and I think it comes down to what qualities are you looking for. If this other woman doesn't qualify in your, standards, then she's considered not desirable in your opinion.
You know the line from Rush Hour where he said, "What the hell did you?"
Because I'm thinking,
Yeah.
you said, are you, do you understand what I'm trying?
Do you understand the words that are coming out of my mouth? Yeah, sometimes, honey, sometimes. All right, we'll take this call and we'll get back to it. Okay, hold on a second, caller. All right, caller, who's calling? Where are you calling from? Where are you calling from?
What's going on? This is official DJ Wade. I'm calling out of Vietnam, Ho Chi Minh City.
Hey, what's happening? All the way out in Vietnam. Hey, we're gonna be there in a couple of months, bro.
Oh yeah, come on, man. It's cheap.
Yeah, we're gonna holiday out there in a couple of months when I come back from the States. What you got on our topic?
I just wanted to chime in as a former immigration services officer.
Mm-hmm.
So I interviewed about 4,000 people within 4 years. And I did the green card interviews for the marriages.
Mm-hmm.
And what I find is that most immigrant women that come from other countries, they don't put a job or career in their top 3. It's usually God, family, and some sort of hobby.
Right.
And then their husbands don't require them to put their job in their top 3. So you might see the woman work for like a year, and then they'll help the husband like pay off a car because they don't like to get car financing. People coming from other countries, they like to pay off the car whole. And then the husband would take the car and drive Uber and pull in $100,000 while she's, back at home chilling.
Right.
So it's just more of a teamwork thing. I remember when I was in Missouri for a while doing the special immigrant juvenile stuff. I ran into a sister who was in the grocery store, and she was complaining that her mortgage was $1,600 and she couldn't afford it. And I remember thinking in my head, like, that's what I put in savings every month, like $1,500. I'm like, what if me and her could work together? Because in America, they don't have a work together attitude like when I'm sitting in front of these couples and interviewing them.
Right. Now, you're so right. I mean, it goes back to the 50-50 thing, how you'll hear women say 50-50 is absolutely crazy, which I agree. I mean, it's not ideal for a lot of people, but I'm still going to say 50-50 is a hell of a lot better than 100 and 0. A hell of a lot better. If you can get that deal, that's a steal. A steal.
That's right.
It's funny you say that because there's an Abbott Elementary School episode going on right now where she finally meets a good man. It's the guy who played on Everybody Hates Chris. And they're going 50-50, and she's like relieved. But all the women are kind of like bashing it. And they're like, right, she happy over 50-50?
Exactly. I mean, you just saved 50% of what you used to spend. How is that not good?
Deal.
Yeah, and if you got a good man by you, how is that not a good deal? Anyway, but I understand. Thanks for your comment, bro. We appreciate you calling in. Hey, get at me in email if you will, and maybe when we get out there to Ho Chi Minh City, we can look you up and sit down and chop it up a little bit.
Okay, will do.
All right, cool, man.
Thank you.
All right, that was cool. That was really cool. Okay. All right, so we're still good. Okay. Anyway, let's get some more comments in here. Okay, go ahead. You want to read the comment?
Okay, Lister said, Smooth, we calling BS on your comment unless a green card is involved. American women are among the least desirable in the West.
There's some hot. Here's my point. When you get to this age, when you start getting to the 40, right? You look, see, they don't look like you when they're 40. That's the point. Most of the women don't look like you when they're 40. But okay, 25, sure, 30, sure. But once you get to a certain age, do they still look like I don't know. I don't know. We'll take Jerry. I think this is Jerry. Hold on.
We'll
What
be
we
able
got?
to finish our thought.
I know, huh? That's all right. That makes a good show.
Yeah, I know.
Who's calling? Where you calling from?
Brooklyn, New York over here, young fresh.
Brooklyn in the
house. Go ahead, brother.
First of all, I want to say shout out to your hood for hosting the Super Bowl. I think it's in San Fran, right?
It's in the Bay. It's in the Bay.
Oh, okay. Yeah, all right. So I want to make these quick points because I know I only got 2 minutes. So I actually have 3 quick points I want to make. One, I want to say, like, people need to understand something, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Like, everything they teach the women in the West is everything you was just talking about. Titles, it's all about promotions, chasing whatever your corporate identity is, just go ahead and chase that promotion,
Right.
But what a lot of these women don't understand, and me, doing most of the stuff in terms of like, looking at cost cutting and stuff like that. That's basically what I do, right? So what a lot of these women don't understand is the corporate world is changing. AI is going to eliminate a lot of those jobs.
Exactly.
So, all of those jobs, those human resources jobs that they're striving for and they're working 14, 15 hours a day, these like senior specialist jobs that the AI is going to replace that in 10 to 15 years. So 10 to 15 years. What's going to happen after those 10 to 15 years?
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? Like, what are they going to do when all of that, and then they don't have that, loving husband. They don't have that loving family. You understand what I'm saying? And, whereas in my personal opinion, women specifically in Southeast Asian cultures, like they are looking at it from a more long-term strategy. Not everyone, but a lot of them are looking at it like, hey, you know what? I was taught to invest in family, partnerships, community, being, how to actually teach, how to actually cook for my man and do different things. And they have been taught for generations to kind of, try to hold the family together, respect the man,
right.
Allow the man to be the leader. So I think a lot of Southeast Asian cultures, they basically teach their daughters and stuff to like build something that's actually going to last and not something that's going to be replaced by like a software update, like, AI. You know what I'm saying? Like once AI comes for the West, they're going to be like, oh, wow, now all of the girls in Southeast Asia is actually winning. You know what I mean?
Right.
So,
good point.
Which I just think is crazy. Second point, quickly, about single moms in the Philippines or just single moms just in general. I think you can't really compare, America, to Southeast Asia or the Philippines in this particular case. Why? For a lot of different reasons. I think you mentioned one. Richie is basically the abortion issue or whatever, if you want to say that or whatever. But it's like you can freely go to CVS, which is the equivalent of like Watson Pharmacy in New York. You could go across the street if you want right now, and you can purchase over the counter. Over the counter. And I want to make sure I make this point because when you said that, I was like, I have to call in. So for somebody to compare, why are there so many single moms in the Philippines? You can't do that.
It's not a fair comparison. It's not a fair comparison.
You can walk in a pharmacy and get a Plan B with, by the way, drum roll, no prescription.
None at all.
No prescription.
Right. It's not a fair comparison. So, it's not fair.
It is not. It's not even up for debate. So I don't think women in Philippines or Thailand or wherever, I don't think it's because they don't want to exercise those options, to kind of do the Plan B or to easily get these resources. They don't have the resources. That's why you cannot compare United States of America to the Philippines, healthcare. And then this is no disrespect to the Philippines, but I just don't think you can walk into a pharmacy in the Philippines in Watson and say, "Hey, by the way, I had unprotected sex last night. I think the guy shot up my parking lot, and I want to buy a Plan B." I just don't think you can buy that over the counter. You need a prescription. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So it's like
there's no such thing. It's such an unfair comparison because the women at home have so many more options. And I always say, what would happen? How many more single moms would we have in the U.S.? Probably, we would probably have an 80, with all the freedoms and liberal thinking we have, probably have 80-90% single moms in the U.S. if we took away the right for women to make certain decisions. It would be such a high number.
That is such a great point that you made. Like I said, that's why I had to call in. So, the last thing quickly is, women in the West, and this is a very important point, women in the West, they have artificial insemination. They are being encouraged, okay? They are being encouraged. You don't need a man because basically you could freeze your egg.
My client just told me that. My client just told me that 2 days ago. I'm freezing my egg.
Yeah,
what are you talking about? Anyway.
So they are basically encouraging other countries that, hey, you don't really need a man. You could do artificial insemination, not knowing not knowing that little girl or that little boy is going to grow up father, and then fatherless.
Right? That's it. I mean, no shade on the women that choose that, but let's call it what it is. You're making a decision that is really, really selfish because it's not including what's in the best interest of a child too, right? Because you're going to make that child grow up in a fatherless household, likely grow up in a fatherless household. Great point. I'm gonna have to get up off here. I let you on here longer than everybody else, brother. Much all love, brother. Take care.
Okay. Yeah.
He made great points. Okay. We don't put it up yet. We got people calling. All right. Take this next call. All right. Where are you calling from? What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Jeremy Charles and Joy, and this is my last kind of like for the end of the show, kind of like my last statement. So here's what I'll say. I've heard a lot of the guys. Some guys are defending the United States, and some guys are kind of seeing the bigger picture. My last point is this: you cannot desire something that you don't have. The numbers prove it, and the guys arguing that there's good women in America. The problem is the American women themselves, in a recent poll, 75% of them do not desire marriage from the ages of 19 to 30. So if you think the fact that there's women in America that desire marriage, that they themselves do not desire it. So what has changed? And I keep on hitting this on the head. The culture has changed. The value system has changed. Yes. You cannot desire something that has never been taught to them. I work in the school setting in the sense of I'm a field engineer. I fix the data networks in public schools here in my state. Let me tell you, the majority of the schools have more pro-LGBTQ activities and lessons in middle schools. Right. They do everything. If the society is 61% single household, where are the kids learning any of those values? If you don't have the grains, it's kind of like wishing for corn. If you don't have the grain of corn and you plant it, what comes out? You don't get corn. Right. You get nothing. Right. It's that same thing. Children are seeds. They're seeds to the future. If you're not planting in them good lessons and values, you're not going to grow up and then figure marriage out or figure relationships out. It is basically you get nothing, and this is exactly the results of it. So when they say by 2030, most majority of the women are going to be 40 years old and childless, that is because that is what the value system has been in America.
Now, I don't think most of them will be 40 years old and childless. I think they'll be single moms because they'll be out in the streets and outside, and they'll, somebody will do something to them. They'll end up pregnant, and they'll add to the single mom ratio. But you make such a good point, is that the thought process of a lot of these women has changed. Their values have changed. So this is, again, in response to Smooth, it's not because the women aren't so beautiful or aren't as beautiful. There's a lot of beautiful women at home. It's not about physical. It's about what's their mindset now. Where's their mind now?
Yes.
They don't value what they used to value. So even the ones who are fit, feminine, and maybe friendly, they don't even want to get married. And they're thinking about, artificial insemination, or they're thinking about their job or their career. They're not thinking about men at all until they get old.
It's thematic.
It's
in the sense of look at what's happening with the churches in America. 2,500 churches by May will be closed in America. The reason why they're going to be turning to nightclubs. The value system in America has changed. There is no more family times of the 80s. There's no more family shows like the words, like the Good Times, the family wars, the family matters, or those things. There is no more deals. There's single shows. There's apps for single people who hooking up. More girls have more in high school, have more sexual partners than most people in a brothel. So my question about it is this: the value system has changed. You cannot demand something in America that has gone, that has disappeared. That's like me wishful. That's like me wishing that I'm a millionaire by doing absolutely nothing. That is crazy. And I'm thinking these guys who are just calling and talking about, there's wishful thinking. The American women themselves at 75% do not desire marriage. So why are you doing this? And then the Filipino girls are raised to believe and have those traditional mindset values. There's a totally like where you offset. Like if you go to the opposite side of where there's a bountiful thing that you're looking for is on another continent, you go there to find it. If it's not in your country, if it's not in where you live, you go to somewhere where it is. My fiance, she's Filipino.
Sorry, need to cut you. You have great points, and we're sorry to cut you.
Hey, we don't mean to cut you, brother. Sorry. You made excellent points. Honey, you can be. I know you don't want to cut people off. I understand. But you got to do what you got to do. Okay. We got to keep the show going. Hey, it's not. Don't take it personal, you guys. If we got to cut you off, don't take it personal. We try to get the calls in as many as possible. Hopefully this is a good topic for people to talk about, and people want to call in. So that makes it a better show. So we got to keep the calls going on, right? If we can get you on for longer than 2 minutes, we will. But we don't want to keep missing other calls and at the same time. We only got one line.
Right? All right. Okay. So adding to what he said, it's like
he made great point. He made great points.
You cannot ask for what you don't have. Right. Your society doesn't have this because it's no longer taught in school.
They don't value it anymore. They're not valuing things.
I agree. So that's the reason why a lot of Western men go to countries who still prioritize values like that, like family values. I mean, you would notice the difference here in the Philippines that there are a lot of younger children now, or younger young professionals who doesn't really like.
Slow down. I'm just
okay.
Just saying. Sorry. If you go on the dating sites. I'm sure all these single cats would agree. There's women that Gucci this, Prada this, whatever, Louis Vuitton, LV that. They're chasing the bag too, but they're chasing the bag through us. Through us is the difference. The women at home, a lot of the women at home are chasing the bag through a man, but they also have the option. They have more opportunities to get another job, to get their own job, have their own money, and they're not prioritizing men. And they've went through whatever bad experience they have, and now there's a lot of them are single moms. So they're saying, I'm not doing that no more. Not thinking like I made bad choices, but I'm just not going to do that anymore. And they just focus on themselves and their kids, and they come out being masculine, and they prioritize the bag. That's what I'm saying.
Okay, I'm also going to add that
What you got?
a lot of young professionals here prioritize traveling, prioritize going to
Mm-hmm.
like going on trips with their friends and taking care of pets instead of having real relationships because they think that being married is not really my objective. I want to enjoy life, and having children is not a priority, which saddens me because you can see that the family values are slowly fading. That's why as a mom it is my responsibility to still teach the boys family values because I don't want to fade away.
Absolutely. Okay. All right. Sting Shack said, go ahead.
I'll sum up Western women in a couple of words: sprinkle sprinkler,
Ah,
MFs.
right. Yeah, right. Exactly. That's what's being taught. That's what's being taught. Use men for what they can give you, and keep it pushing. You go out there, get as many men, and use men. Sting Shack, it's a great point. It's a great point, right? Terry 941 said, Miss JJ said, "What can you do for me?" Who's JJ? I don't know who Miss JJ is. But Terry, let us know where you're watching from, brother. We always appreciate that. It's a thing. Those same values that Smooth was talking about, and the nice, beautiful women we have at home. No one's, at least I'm not saying we don't have beautiful women at home. I think a lot of them aren't taking as good care of themselves as women used to. But what I really think is the mindset is so different now than it used to be. They just don't a lot of women just don't prioritize family now. And I think that's a big point, right? All right, go ahead.
Hawk said, I've dated nothing but 7 on up in my life of Black American women. Filipinas are beautiful too, but our women have the curves and skin tones, and that is only for men who like brown skin. I do.
Hey, I like anything darker than hey, no shade out there for anybody listening. I just don't prefer white women. I mean, that's just me. Anything darker than white is cool. You got a shot at the title if you're darker than white. If you're white, I'm not saying no, but I'm just saying probably not. So Hawk, I'm with you. That's my preference. But I just think there's a lot of women that aren't they're it's not the skin tone, the skin color. I just think a lot of women are not taking care of themselves. Maybe they feel like they don't have time because they're single moms or taking care of their kids. They got to have 1 or 2 jobs and they don't have time to exercise. They're tired. I understand, but I'm just saying, I understand the consequence. That's probably going to make you less desirable to a lot of men. Right. Okay. Let's see. Okay. Back to the Philippines said, Richie has a solid point. That's why vetting a woman is crucially important. And there are key differences from the city girls compared to province girls. Okay, fair enough. Luca.
Luca said, fact. Most, if not all, Filipinas go for foreign partners for financial security.
Thank you, Luca. Let's not. Why pretend? Why pretend? We know. We understand what it is, and no shade on the Filipinos that do that. Look, if I'm in the same situation, and I got the looks and I have the personality, the skill set to speak English, I'm going to try to upgrade. If it means me being with a foreigner to upgrade my lifestyle or to take me to that next level, what's wrong with that? What's wrong with that? But as the foreigner, if I understand that if that's what's going on, it's up to me how I respond to that and to choose a woman that's going to fit into my program. And I think that's where we go wrong. People just choose the cutest, hottest little thing, and oh, she's so cute, she's so hot, and then they're going to call her all these names when they didn't vet her, and she ends up running off with his money. Right now, she's a dirty this, or yeah, she's a scammer this. Yeah, but bruh, that's on you. You didn't vet her, right? You running around with her on your arm, thinking you're this and that, and she was what she was. You just overlooked that because she was cute and she was rocking that box. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. Let's get to the next one. Big Love said, go ahead.
Chang, please forgive my poor use of punctuation. It's all good.
Yeah. All right.
Okay, so okay, official EJ Wade said, as a former immigration services officer, we used to interview couples. Immigrant women do not rank jobs up. Okay, I think we did this in the call.
Hey, Chosen One's up in the house. What's happening, Chosen One?
Jeff is also here. Thank you for joining us, Jeff.
What's happening, Jeff?
Okay, so
Journey Trials is in the house. He called in, right?
twice.
All right. All right. Let's see. Okay.
Okay, BT back to the Philippines said Richie is right. Smooth is on the same side of the fence we are on when it comes to having trusting Filipina on his side.
I mean, people choose, you can't knock someone's for their preference. And like Smooth said, I mean, he before he's with his current wife, he was married to, or he was with a black woman, right? So it's, again, for me, it's anything darker than white. That's just my own preference. I like, that's what I like.
That's what you like. Yeah. What you like.
So it's not the skin tone. It's not the, it's to me, it's the values. It's the values. It's the mindset. It's the attitude, the mindset. When have you ever, and Smooth, if you're still out there, when have you ever in the Philippines saw a woman disrespecting her husband in public? You see that all the time at home. I mean, all the time. Forget the videos. You see that personally. There's nobody who could tell me they haven't seen a woman in public shouting at her man or screaming or acting. Come on, man. Come on. I think there's a mindset that's just different. That's different here compared to the US. And again, I'm not going on that whole thing about saying women here are better or nothing like that. I'm just saying it is what it is, and everybody has their preferences. For me, I'm not going to be disrespected by nobody. Period. I want a woman who's going to respect me, who's going to get on my program. If you can't, then you got to bounce. You got to go. So preference, man. And women, I think women aren't made the same, bro. They're not made the same. All right. And Journey Trial said, thanks for letting me on. Of course, man. Yeah. Hey, anytime you want to come on, man, you can come on. We're going to appreciate you.
That's like an inside conversation. Okay. I chimed in earlier. Okay, so Jeff said, my experience with American women, if they look good and take care of themselves, they treat their men very bad. If they don't take care of themselves, they treat their men very good.
Because those ones who look good, they have options. They have options.
They know that they
got options. And as long as there's simps out there, and there's plenty of simps out there, as long as there's simps out there, they're gonna keep getting money. They got options. That's why they treat them like that. And they're entitled.
And those that don't take care of themselves treat their man very good because they have less options and they got to keep that man.
Right. Absolutely. Absolutely.
So all the men calling in married penis but are saying is the same.
Right. So everybody's who's calling in are with Filipinas, but they're saying right. Okay. Journey Trials said, I'm engaged to a Filipino. I'm not engaged to no Filipino, Journey Trials or official EJ. I'm not engaged to nobody. Now. How about that? Yeah.
Okay, so Stink Shag.
All right. Stink Shag said,
her voice.
My voice is toast.
Okay, so Stink Shag said, Young Fresh statement is on point. Find me any race of woman that has those traditional views and I'm good. She fit, feminine, fine, and gives me peace. I go full Captain Kirk and she be green and I'm in.
Wow. Hey, that's all I'm saying. Find me someone who has the right mindset for being married, for being in a long-term relationship, for being in a partnership. I don't give a damn what color she is. I prefer that she's not white. But aside from that, I don't really give a damn what color she is. I'll take her. If she's going to treat her man with respect, she's going to treat me with respect. We can work together as partners. I'm cool with that. That's why I got her, because she does that. If your skin was darker, I'd still be beating. Anyway, it wouldn't change nothing. Even if you was white. But anyway, the point is, that's what we want. We want the fit, feminine, and friendly woman. The woman with the mindset I'm gonna work with you. I'm gonna get on your program, and we're gonna work together. We're gonna work together, and we're gonna make this work long term. That's what we want. Right? Okay. Yeah. What? I'm
so passionate.
I'm passionate. Yeah, I'm passionate. That's right.
When I watch you, just an observation, when I watch you on regular days on your solo show, I need to be there. to be there.
No, I mean, but if we're
I'm
not
just
talking about a
playing with
topic
you.
we're passionate about,
I'm not
then,
just playing with you.
yeah, I mean, we choose, in my mind, I think we choose some good topics
to talk
that people care about and people give a damn about. And so when people call in, they're passionate. I'm equally passionate. So I think it's good. Okay. Jeff said, we got to understand that there's good and bad in all nationalities all over the world. Absolutely, Jeff. Absolutely. I think that's the main point. It's not about the nationality or the color. It's about the mindset.
You can even go to Vietnam. Women there are also traditional, di ba? Traditional. In Thailand.
Westernized too.
Right. Thailand, I heard that they're also beautiful, fit, feminine, and friendly, but the mindset is also different.
They're very pragmatic, right? What can you do for me now? You want me? You want this? You're gonna have to pay for it. This is how much you're gonna have to pay. Are you willing to pay for it? Right? It's like all right there, right now.
Yeah, at least they're upfront about it.
Right up front, right? Okay. Mr. said if you have to say you're being honest, you're not actually being honest. Good point, right? People say, well, honestly, right? They start with that, and you're like, oh, he lying.
Is that how it is? I don't know. Well, they teach that in English class. You have to like moreover. It's like similar to moreover, furthermore, honestly. Okay.
It's a linking phrase.
Yeah.
Okay. What in the world is Smooth saying? LL. We're discussing reality. 80% of women in America file for divorce. It is. The numbers don't lie. Because I mean, the thing, you can wake up. If you're a woman in America, you can wake up. You just have so much leverage in a relationship, and I think a lot of times there are women out there that they vie for that leverage and they don't use it. They don't use it fairly or wisely. They can just wake up and say, I don't want this anymore. Give me half of everything we've accumulated, everything you work for, whether I worked or not, or what. Anyway, it's not cool. It's not cool. Let's see. Callio said, "What's happening, Rich and Chang? Nice shirts. Thank you, man. DC hooked us up with these shirts. We had to rock these, man. And yeah, man, DC came up. He came up for us, and that was really cool of him, man.
Thank you.
Had a great night.
Yes.
Okay, go ahead.
Stink Shag said, "Let me help you, Smooth. Due to leverage that women have in the Philippines, and the fact that Western women, for the most part, expect you to lead with your wallet, it's much easier in the Philippines."
I think so too. Do you think? Let me ask you this.
Okay.
Do you think Filipinos expect you to lead with your wallet?
Not. No.
Oh, there's a reason. There's a reason I asked you that question, because I want you to think, right? And you're like, oh, wait a minute. Hold on.
Yeah.
Right?
I was ready for my answer, but hold on. Let's not sugarcoat it, because I think that when a Filipino, just like what you said, wants to date a foreign man, he's already expecting that you got money. You got money, and you'll be providing for me.
I don't think it's different here. I think the difference is what you get in return. I think that's the only difference. I think the women want the same thing. The women who are looking for a foreigner, they want the same thing as a woman at home wants from her man. They want security, they want protection, provision and protection. They're looking for security, and they're looking for the dude who can give it to them best. The bottom line is this: out here in the Philippines, they don't require nearly as much as a lot of Western women.
As Rihanna said.
Oh, okay. What? Come on, baby, give it to us. What did Rihanna say?
What are you willing to do?
Thank you, sweetie. Thank you.
With my hoarse voice.
You gotta take some every poem. Anyway, but yeah, I just think you can. As the phrase goes, you can get more bang for your buck here, right? But let's not pretend that it's different here, or that it's so much. This is not a utopian society where everything is perfect.
It's not paradise.
Yeah. I just think you can get more in return. But okay, we'll just move on. We'll move on. All right. So all right.
Okay. So Mr. said, nowadays in America, women are not even ashamed anymore of spending their entire 20s being in the town bicycle.
Being the town bicycle.
Being the town riding.
Wow. Exactly. It's, hey, Mr. They wear it as a badge of honor now.
Yeah.
Like more bodies is like that's cool now.
Mhm.
I don't
It's
get
like bragging rights.
right. It's like what when did that happen? That if that as a woman, the more bodies you have, people would admire you more. You know when it happened? Kardashians.
Mm.
Kardashians made the right. I mean, count them. I mean, I don't even know when to count. That's when it happened. When getting ran through by a whole bunch of different dudes was cool. All of a sudden, it became cool. Social media
You know,
jacked up the minds of young women.
you know, here in the Philippines, growing up, I always hear this phrase from elder women saying that in Tagalog you call it, "Wag isuko ang bataan." Do not surrender bataan. So that means do not surrender that. You only surrender that, the box. You only surrender that to the man that you're going to marry. That's what I'm taught. Only surrender that to the man that you're going to marry because that's the precious gift you can give to your husband.
So traditional values, right?
Yes.
That's the whole point.
Mhm.
Is that
Yes.
you were raised with those same
Yeah.
traditional values.
You know,
right?
I realize now that I get my quote from from my mom.
It's not a bad place to get it
I,
from, right?
I got it.
DC is in the house, right? What's
Hey,
happening, DC? We told you he was gonna rock.
hey, Big Rich and 39 plus one. Aw, I thought you're going to say Big Rich and Cheng doing their thing.
Yeah. Hey, seriously, real quick. I'm sorry. I know this is a little redundant. We had such a good time last night. We were looking forward to meeting up with DC and having dinner with him. We had a good time. That's it. It's times like that that make this whole channel being worth what we do. When you get to meet people that you know you're gonna like from jump.
And on top of
Yeah.
that, they had a little surprises. So
Yeah,
it's
little
like a little
birthday,
personal to me.
birthday thing, late birthday thing,
And
but yeah.
and to be honest, it's not my thing to be on the spotlight. I don't like birthday birthday songs.
Anyway,
I feel ashamed.
anyway. Speaking of people coming, let's see. Today is the 8th over here, which means my man Cliff is 2 days out. And Cliff, Cliff, we got something for you, bro. Come on, man. You just bring your ass. Bring your ass, right? And by the way, what movie line is that, y'all? Bring your ass. Bring your ass. Bring your ass. What movie line is that? No, it's a watch. Watch.
Okay.
Watch.
I'll wait patiently
Yeah.
for your answers, guys. Okay.
Chosen one said, I'm sitting this one out. Okay, fair enough. All right, let's see.
So I think while you're scrolling through the comments, I think that based okay, go ahead. On the bus heading to Angeles, so we will watch the recording when we get to our hotel. Thank you so much, DC, for the support. Okay. So
okay, it could have been. It might have could have been actually.
All right.
Okay,
So
that's you. That's you
that's
messing around during right.
So Jeff said, I have a song from back in the day that sum up a lot of women today. You may know this song, The Funky Dividends by the rap group Three Times Dope. It's about the dough with money women today in the West. The deal is about the deal. I don't know. Dough.
It's about the dough with the money with women today.
Okay.
The dough sometimes.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, I think So I think that a lot of some women or even most women have, that mindset, and dating has become transactional for a lot of them. They would always ask, even on the first date, that, oh, what can you do for me? Can you, even before the first date, they would ask, can you do my nails for me? Because
you need to pay to get my hair done.
my nails done.
You got to pay to get my hair done. My
Before
nails
you
done.
can take me out.
And you got to pay for the babysitter. You must be crazy. You must be crazy. You cray, as the young kids say it. Stop with all. I got to take your funky. Anyway, I got to pay for your nails, your hair, your make, and pay for a baby just to take you, and then spend money on a date. Tell me, a Filipina. And this is where I do draw a comparison. Show me a woman here who says that. Please. Anyway, okay.
Okay, Luca, Cheng, agree. My 30-year-old niece and her girlfriends who are career women like her to seem prefer being financially independent. They love traveling. And I notice a growing preference to same-sex relationship. I hear you, Luca, because I am like just like Western men. I'm boots on the ground. I'm dealing with tertiary students like college students, and I see them that they're leaning towards uh relationships with the same sex, and also they're focused on I'm going to save money because I'm going to travel X, Y, and Z. They're not really focused on, when I graduate, I'll build a family. They're also leaning towards building a career, and yeah. So slowly fading, but hopefully not.
They just don't have the same values. Even here, right? Even that's happening here.
You notice that. You notice that a lot. And especially when there are influencers that you mentioned earlier, artificial insemination.
Right.
They the word influence, they influence a lot of young people, especially, that's possible if I have money.
It used to be athletes, it used to be movie stars or actors that were the biggest influencers. Now it's influencers. Now it's influencers.
You have Facebook influencers, ton of them on Facebook and social media, Instagram. Yeah, so social media has a lot to do with it.
A whole lot, right?
Okay, so.
All right, go ahead.
So
read this one, please.
Okay, so Jeff said, here in the West, women don't want a man with a bus pass. In the Philippines, it doesn't matter. God, love, and family is what matters most to Filipino women.
The most,
The
though. I
most.
should say most, yeah. That-
The chosen one said, been to Ho Chi Minh twice. Never been to Cambodia, making it my next visit.
We're gonna go out there in March and see how we can see. I just got my visa last week, so I am ready. I'm ready, Jack. Let's see.
Okay.
Okay.
So chosen one said, I would never say I don't like Western women. That's a lie. Americans, maybe.
Okay, fair enough. Lick
Rick said, Colombia women are very curvy and nice looking. Colombians are Latinas.
They're Latin, yeah. They're curvy. The Brazilian women, the Colombian women, the Venezuelan women, those women are fine.
That's why they always win the Miss Universe, because
it's always between the Philippines,
Latin,
and Latin America.
Yeah,
always, right?
Very beautiful.
Yeah. Although we did squeeze American women in there in the last couple of years, I think. Picking on me. Right. What's the time? Okay. All right. We got a little bit more time. Okay. Let's see. Let's go ahead and let's get through the comments. I just want to make sure we don't miss anything that's really good. You got just while we're doing that, you guys, please make sure you hit the like button, get your thumbs up if you haven't done so already. If you're new to our channel, you guys hook us up, man. Hit that subscribe button. And if you don't, let us know what we need to do to get your subscription. We're always willing. We're always trying to work hard, give you some topics that are interesting that people have a lot to say about. And if you're in the audience, don't be shy. Call in. Let us know what you think. Right? All right. Okay. What's your next point, Ching? What's the next point on your list?
I think the next point that I have is that some Western women see compromise as weakness. They don't want to compromise. They just want to take whatever you are going to offer them, and they don't want to meet halfway. Yes, they don't want to meet halfway. They don't want to take 50. They want to take 100.
I agree. I agree with your point. But I think there's a lot of women that are entitled at home, that they feel a sense of entitlement, but that's because they've been put on a pedestal. They've been treated that way for a long time.
Spoiled.
And they've been spoiled. We spoiled our women rotten and made them believe that they deserved that without having to work for it. And now you got a lot of guys saying, wait, hold on, wait. You got to work for this, right? You got to do something that quid pro quo, right? But if you're entitled and if you've been given everything all along, what's going to make you all of a sudden say, oh, okay, yeah, let me start giving now, when you've never had to? I think there's so much, such a sense of entitlement that women, like you said, they don't want to compromise. Why should I do 50-50? I've gotten 100 and I paid 0. I put in 0 and I've gotten 100 all this time. Now you're going to ask me to start putting something in? Hell no. But watch and see how things end up. sometimes that thinking is short sighted. You watch and see how it ends up. There's going to be a lot of lonely women, a lot of lonely, and maybe that's what they want now, while when they're young. But when you get old, when you get post 50, and especially in your 60s, and you don't have a warm body sleeping next to you, and Lucas said it might be another woman. Who knows, right? It could be another woman. But if you ain't down with other women, it's going to be a hard life. If you can't figure it out, life is going to get really hard when you get older. But I think so many women, so many people think short sighted.
And question for you, and for the audience also. Do you think that Western women's standards has become have become unrealistic?
Very unrealistic. 6 foot, I mean, the whole, but, and again, that's where you get that whole social media thing, the 6 foot, 6 figures, six pack. So where did that just come from? It's just some woman said this is the standard, and so now they all rock with this standard. Like, and you look at them and you're like, well, wait a minute, like, look, for real? And you're looking at this woman. I mean, our standard is what ours is, right? We want a woman who's fit, feminine, and friendly. Do you meet that standard? Well, okay. Now you found a guy who meets your standard, but he don't want your funky ass. So I mean, so now what are you gonna do, right? So they have all these standards because they got them cheeks. Let me slow down. They got them cheeks clapped by some dude, some Chad or some Pookie, and now they deserve this type of dude, or they got the cheeks clapped by some rich dude or some dude with some kind of money or prestige or status. So, and you'll hear them say, "Oh, I dated a guy." No, you didn't. You didn't date him. You didn't. Oh, I dated a guy that had money. No, you didn't. You didn't date him. No, he just beat those cheeks. He beat the cheeks. That's what happened. Let's call it what it was. He beat them cheeks for once, maybe twice. What happened to that guy? How come you're not still with him? Because it wasn't dating. It never was. Because you knew what it was, and he knew what it was. But now you think that's your standard. It's not your standard, and it wasn't in the first place. You just have this. You just got it all twisted. Anyway, you want to read this?
IMF said some of these ladies focus on trying to buy 15 yachts and 300 bags before sending money to their kuyas or family. You know, that real love for yachts.
Exactly. Timestamp. I know timestamp is right there. Okay, go ahead.
So thank you, Adrian Marshall, for your super chat. Thank you so much for the refrigerator magnets that you sent us. Thank you.
They're all over our fridge.
Hey, family, over 34,500 miles driven since October 15. Still growing my trucking company. My company is my purpose, and a woman is valuable additive. No liabilities allowed on my truck.
You just said it the way it is. Say it with your chest. Thank you for that super chat, Adrian.
Thank you, Naps, also for your super chat. Great topic tonight, especially listening to the ideas and opinions from the call-ins and to add to the content.
Thank you for that super chat,
Naps. And congratulations, Naps, for winning
the trivia contest. Let me,
you earned bragging rights.
Absolutely. And real quick, I want to say this too, because we keep forgetting to even say anything because I just hate. Look. I don't like, unless it's for a specific cause, I don't like soliciting money or super chats. And I just don't. But look, nobody is going to be mad at you if you send us a super chat, right? I'm not going to, please send us a super chat and we'll do this if you send us a super chat. Ain't nobody doing all that. But if you're kind enough to send us a super chat, we really appreciate it. And I guarantee you it will go to a worthy cause. Guaranteed. All right? Yeah. You got my baby? What you doing? You just ate. I just
no. I said a worthy cause.
Oh,
for my stomach.
Shane gonna eat. Yeah, Shane can eat everything, man. Yeah, seriously, man. Ask DC. Ask DC. This woman can eat, man. Can eat.
I need a worthy cause. We're working.
It's a worthy cause. I'm not mad at you. I'm just saying.
We're working hard to give them informative and entertaining content. So
hard-hitting journalism.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. I got you. We were right here.
The big boss.
Right there. Okay.
Big boss is in the house also. So Jeff said, you ask a Filipino what she bring to the table, and she lists a lot. You as American women, they say absolutely.
They'll tell you I am the table. That's what I am the table, right? How many times have you heard that or seen that in the video? Because they don't have a response. Because they've been conditioned to respond that way, because the truth is most of them don't have a real response. They can't tell you what I bring to the table because they've never been required to bring anything to the table before now.
Just be yourself.
Just be yourself. Bring that ass, and that's plenty. That's just give me attention and give me that box, and that's plenty. But now men are requiring more.
Mm-hmm.
Now men are requiring women to reciprocate, and I think that's where part of the divide is. Yeah, miss me with all that. Yeah, it's gonna be a long winter is coming. Winter is coming, right? David Pryor's in the house. What's up, DP? DP said late but here. Yeah, we always love having you in here. If you just called, give us a call back. If you called in, give us a call back. I saw we missed one call and we apologize for that. Give us a call right back and we'll get you on, right? Okay. Chosen One said.
I haven't dated
sorry, my bad.
I haven't dated a white woman in 15 years, not because of preference. I've been in Asia and South America. Nothing wrong with them.
Me either. I'm just exactly. I'm just saying that's my preference. That's my preference. No shade on white women. There's some beautiful white women out there. But if you gave me one white woman and one brown or one dark skin, I'm gonna choose the brown or the dark skinned woman every time. Period. It's just my preference, right? Look, I went to school at the University of Montana. Can you imagine what life was like for a student athlete at the University of Montana? Imagine that. Enough said. Okay. Alistair got a different thing, right?
Yeah, Alistair read Dynamis. Okay.
I think it's Alistair, right?
Alistair.
Okay, I think.
One way or another, everyone pays.
Everybody. We all pay, right? It's just what are you going to get back?
Young Fresh said, average Asian, they work long hours and guess where their money goes back to? Not Gucci or Prada, but instead family. Conversely, a woman in the West, she will go right to Gucci and get that fancy bag. I think it applies to a lot of the Filipinos here, because when you work here, the money goes to your family a lot of times. Right. Even if you're not married, when you're working abroad, when you're an overseas Filipino worker, you send money to your family. And yeah, I think that's the values, the family oriented values. Rabbit is here. Howdy, y'all. What we got today?
What's up, Rabbit? And you want to go ahead and hit that promo?
So, Slick Rick, thank you so much. If you want to prepare before you move to the Philippines or even come for a visit, book a consultation with Rich and Cheng, that's me, by sending an email. richie.rich.travels2@gmail.com.
All right, we'll take another call real quick. All right. Caller, who's calling and where are you calling from?
Hey, man, it's Big Love. I'm from South Louisiana.
What's happening, Big Love? What you got, brother?
It's all good, man. I'm calling, as I said earlier, it's really a topic that I cannot speak to. But I've been married for 42 years.
Wow.
You can speak.
I have a son. But I'm married to an American black woman from South Louisiana as well. Okay. I have a son that's in his early to mid 30s. Okay. And all I can say is that if I was his age today, man, I don't know what the hell I would do.
I don't know either, bro.
Because his choices and the women that he has to choose from, they leave very little to be desired.
Bro, I don't know either.
Okay.
I'm happy. I'm so glad my son is married. I'm so glad my son is already married, man. Because it is slim pickings out there, brother. It is slim pickings. Yeah.
I married a woman, childhood sweetheart. She had a little debt when we first got married, but it wasn't astronomical debt. Right. But I wanted her, and I was willing to do whatever it took. I, work my fingers to the bone, whatever.
She can't be that, brother. If you've been married for 42 years, she couldn't have been that bad. She couldn't. She must have been a good choice.
I'm trying to tell you now.
Yeah, she must have been a hell of a choice.
What if I was out there on the market now, okay, I would never find a woman like I have.
Mm-hmm.
She goes to work. We put our money in the same pot. We all spend and eat and buy from the same wallet.
Right.
We vacation. We love to go to Vegas. Used to before COVID.
Right.
Two people couldn't gamble out the same wallet.
Right.
So I let her do her thing.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and now that we're retired, Rich Chang, my wife cooks every day.
See,
you know what I'm saying?
See, you got the you got the woman that all of us are talking about, brother. You got that woman that we dreamed about, that our grandmama was like. You still got you got a woman like that. Those women ain't out there. There ain't a whole bunch of those women out there anymore. And I think that's the whole point of this conversation. We want a woman like your wife.
I agree with you. I agree. And that's all I really call to say, man.
We appreciate you, bro.
Big love.
We definitely appreciate it. Don't let it be last time.
Yes.
Don't you get hooked up on that chocolate, because your sugar gonna go up.
Yeah, even if I don't take sugar, it's all, my energy is up already.
Yeah.
All right.
She got
Don't
plenty.
be good.
Are you bet? You got,
I like chocolate.
you got plenty of chocolate.
Unlimited supply.
You get a big supply. Anyway. All right, let's come on with the show. Come on.
So Rabbit said, conservative Western women have never been more desirable. If you end up with a liberal, you're gonna be miserable. Then liberal men all are betas.
All right. Who's calling and where you calling from?
Hey family, this Adrian, the truck driver.
Adrian, what's happening, brother?
Hey there. I enjoy y'all topic today.
Thank you.
I enjoy seeing the two of y'all on there and chain with that humor. I'm gonna say what most people are afraid to say. And that is that Western women are the way they are because of feminism. Over the last, go back 45 years, most of the women, when they were little girls, their mother told them to go to college, get an education. You don't need a man, don't depend on a man. And they told the little boys, they coddled the little boys and babied them. Now, 45 years later, I share with women, go talk to your mother and her crew. Because her crew did the same thing she did. Now, those are the men you have to choose from.
Right. I ain't afraid to say it. I agree with you. I'm not afraid to say it.
We as black men, we've been raised to treat women right and how to take care of women. And we were never taught what women are supposed to do for us. And women have been taught what men are supposed to do for them. And they never learned their part, what they're supposed to do for us. They broke the marital contract.
But Adrian,
however, right?
Adrian, let me ask you a question. I agree with everything you said except one thing, because you kind of put it on the woman. But isn't it kind of our fault too, though? Because we let them get away with that shit. We're the ones who let them feel entitled. We're the ones who spoiled them. We're the ones who gave them all the shit we gave them and only required some box and a little bit of attention in return. Don't we have to shoulder some of that responsibility? Just a question.
Very little.
Okay.
Those in power have to shoulder that responsibility because they weaponize the woman against the men.
Mm-hmm. That's true.
In the family court, the men get raped over. She could sleep with another man in his house, and the court to give her half of his things.
Who you tell?
And give her the children. And the children are raised without the man, and they did it that way so they can get more taxes by putting more women in the workforce.
You're telling. Wow, you are preaching. You're preaching to the choir, brother. Go ahead.
Name me one normal, healthy man who will look at his son with little gay tendencies and giggle and laugh.
Not me.
The women will giggle and laugh. Feminism did this. Black men didn't go to feminism. Our women did.
Hey, you know what? I'm gonna end this call on this topic because I got something to say. right? So great points,
Thank
right?
you, Adrian.
All right. Now you know what I'm about to say. Do you know what I'm about to say?
I love you. I thank you. That's why we're
I
here.
know exactly, because you know what I'm about to say. All right, can I talk about this?
Of course,
Can
sure.
I talk? Okay. One of the things when we first met, and I met our two boys, right? Ching's sons, our two boys. Man, I'm bruh. It was exactly what you just said. Ching is dancing and shaking. These dudes are all they was these
Yeah, I
dance.
thought that was okay.
I'm not. I'm just saying, but I'm making I'm making his point for him, right? And these two young boys are dancing and doing all these girly things, and Ching is laughing and giggling, and I'm like, hey, what the hell are we doing? What are we doing? I'm like, hey, this is she thought because this is her job, so they have a female role model, so they're doing what they see her do, right? There's not enough men around them to, say, look, get your ass outside and go play, or
And
whatever.
then, my dad won't
Right.
won't meddle into my business.
Right. And I'm like, hey, what? And she's giggling and she thinks it's cute. I'm like, what the heck? This ain't cute. This ain't cool. You're creating a couple of female dogs out of boys, and we can't have that. But anyway, you made a great point, and I absolutely agree with everything you said, Adrian. Appreciate you, brother.
I
Appreciate
thought that was normal because I thought wrong. So
I'm not saying you thought wrong. I'm just saying, yeah, we gotta raise boys into men.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's exactly what I was looking for in a partner. That's
Right.
why I need, because I cannot teach man stuff or how to make boys men, because if I don't know how, even if I think that if I'm
Remember, man, I was like, what is going on in here? Like, I mean, especially niggas, like, I mean, doing all the little, like, hey, what? Come on, man. I was livid. What are we doing?
but
And,
they
okay.
them do that.
No, because they shoot. We have an understanding about
Even without your presence,
when I'm not around.
you're not around. Hey, boys don't do that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, go box or do something. Yeah. I'm cool with all of that. No, like you said, what grown normal man is watching his? No, man, no, we ain't doing all of that. Anyway, Chosen One said the term Western is too broad. That's the problem. Okay, fair enough. David Pryor said, attitude. This can't be undervalued rich. I agree, bro. I agree. What's up, Gucci? Gucci's in the house. What's happening, man? Okay.
So Jeff said, I told American women I have dated that I have nothing, meaning I'm not rich. They walked away. My Filipina fiance, we've been together for almost 8 years. She don't care about money.
Right. At least she doesn't prioritize it, right? At least she doesn't prioritize it.
I care about money, but I don't.
Of course you do. Right? If I was broke as hell, you wouldn't be sitting here.
I would be staying, for what?
Yeah, for a little bit. Can you make some more money? Can you? Yeah, you gonna get another job?
For a little bit, because
for some action. Yeah. Right, but I'd be your side dude, huh? I'd probably be your side dude.
No, you're my only dude.
No, I'm saying if I was broke, I'd be your side dude.
Yeah.
Huh? Yeah.
I won't be messing with someone else. But hey, he available.
Yeah. You calling me after midnight, huh? Can you come over?
Hey.
Can you come over? What you doing? You want to come over? Yeah. Anyway, come on.
Chosen One said to Black Box, what about Eastern Europe?
Same thing.
I think that's an untapped resource that has a traditional woman.
Chosen, I gotta disagree, bro. I gotta disagree. Having lived in Russia for a very short time, but talked to enough people and experienced enough to understand it is not an untapped resource. It is very much a tapped resource. And those Eastern European women are all about the money, bruh. I mean, they are all about the money. And if you don't vet them carefully, you will find out the hard way. They are in it for the money. And the moment you bring them to our country, I'm saying what it is, and I'll stand on this. The moment you bring them to your country, They are. If you ain't super rich, or you ain't, if at the moment you start saying no, it is deuces. I'll stand on that. Right. Okay. Miss Lucas said.
Young Fresh, I agree. Most Filipinos would want to work ASAP once you bring them abroad to help family back home. So they don't need to ask from their husband.
Right. I agree with that too.
I think for us Filipinos, that's your pride. You don't need to, if you can do it yourself, don't ask for help from your husband. If you can do it on your own first. Right. I mean, do it by all means.
Most of them don't have that sense of entitlement. Go ahead.
Okay. So Black Book said your mind must be for dating. If not, don't do it. I'm not, so I understand myself and I will not ruin some woman's life.
There you go.
So David Pryor said, respect and peace before love. It's the man's preference.
Roger that. Right?
Journey Trials said, Journey Trials said, again, American women are not raised to be wives.
Not anymore. I mean, there was a time when they were, but they're not anymore because all the women raising the women now, the women raising the women are single moms. There's such a huge proportion of the women who are raising the women now that are single moms. So how do you think they're going to raise the women now? They're going to raise them as single moms to not prioritize a family. How can you teach what you don't know?
You can't give what you don't have.
Absolutely. Okay. And Journey Trial said, you guys will keep finding out in the courtroom. And, hey, it's no joke. It is no joke, right? Go ahead.
I have stories for American women, Korean, Philippine, Vietnamese, Japanese. I was deployed many times.
Mm-hmm. Exactly, right?
Okay, so Chosen One said, if we talking about Americans, I agree. The whole Western Hemisphere, I cannot co-sign that.
Right.
Okay, fair enough. Young Fresh Global said, the Western women are obsessed with making fatherless babies through artificial insemination, and they are very proud of that. Meanwhile, that kid will grow up and have no clue who daddy is.
That's crazy.
I think we talked about that.
Yeah, we're a little bit behind, but it is kind of crazy, right?
Nothing. It's like the same here in the Philippines. Like, for example, some women would want to have children, not thinking that bahala na. It's okay. I just want to have a baby without you thinking the child's
drop that load in. Yeah, if it happens, it happens. Yeah, we don't have to be together or just whatever. Bahala na. It's a blessing. It's a blessing to have a child, right? Think about it. Plan. Who needs plans? We don't need plans.
I just want to have a baby.
I just want to have a baby. Yeah.
Without
Be careful, you guys, because that happens. It happens. They do. Some people do that here, right? That's a good picture, Jerry Kate. That's a good picture.
Jerry Kate.
All right. Journey Trial said.
That's right. Most Filipinos want to take care of their families back home. They have the desire too. That's a good trait.
Absolutely.
And unfortunately, some of families take advantage of that. So the Black Box said, look at what's happening in some of these countries with immigration and lawlessness and riots, and notice that feminism is rampant. France, UK, other parts of Europe, Scandinavia, chosen.
Right. Real quick, we'll do a quick promo because we just keep forgetting to say that we'll do this after our next take this call. All right, caller, who you call? What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hey, Rich, how you doing, man? Chang. My name is Matt. I'm calling from Cali. Hey, I just wanted to give you guys a shout out, man. I think you guys are spot on. Love the chemistry and love the topic, man.
Thank you.
I've been doing that for years, man. I just got out of a long-term relationship with a Pinay second generation for like 29 years. So I really haven't dated American women in a long time. And, not that there's anything wrong with them, but everything that you're talking about and other podcasters like Sunshine Shoulders, etc., I've known about this since '85, man. When I first went to the Philippines and I met, and I fell in love with the culture. And I was sort of, not necessarily adopted, but met two great Filipino women who put me up on game, and they were just so nice. Right. So anyway, long story short, I'm going to be out there in a couple months. Love to reach out to you.
I'll let you boy.
Yeah, I'll holler. And you guys have a great show.
Thank you.
Wonderful.
Thank you.
Love the chemistry. I'll be out there. Dinner on me.
Thank you.
We always appreciate that.
Hey, Rich, I'm going to send an email and I'll pay the $50 or whatever just to talk to you.
We'll make it worth your while. I guarantee you that. You ask.
No.
You better ask somebody. Trust me. Yeah.
You guys are fantastic. We have a lot in common, and you're talking about things that most men, myself included, could be. If I say it out in public, you're a misogynist, this and that, but you're keeping it real, man, and I really appreciate that because a lot of men, like myself, highly educated, doing well, but just won't say it.
Right.
The truth to women because of the ramifications.
Right, the sisterhood, you get the cancel culture, all of that stuff, right? Where they jump on you. It is what it is, though. It just is what it is, brother.
Exactly. All right, man. Well, listen, I just wanted to give you guys a shout. Be in touch.
I'll look for your email. Fantastic. All right, thank you, brother.
Yes. Salamat po.
You're welcome. Walang anuman.
Next time.
Okay.
I hate doing that. Anyway, but
speaking of,
right? That was right on cue, right? That was right on cue.
Promo and Slick Rick, thank you so much for reminding us, guys. If you please consider becoming a member of the Rich Abroad by clicking the join button in About section of any video. We've got several perks for you, especially members first videos. You get to watch the video beforehand, before everybody does.
Video at least 8 to 12 hours before the whole public gets the video. So that's a feature that we bring to at least 2 out of the 3 videos we do each week. The members get the video first, so they get to view it, comment on it, talk to us, and we get the comments and back and forth a little bit. Sometimes on Friday nights, is it Friday nights? We premiere. We do the premiere, so we can all talk about it together and watch it together. But members first. If you're a member, you get the videos first, Jack. You get everything first, and you get a little bit of extra stuff that we do with some of our subscribers when we're hanging out and all that stuff that maybe other people might not see. That's all I'm saying. Right? So consider being a member. I think we found a way to make it worth people's while.
Yes.
Right? Definitely. Okay. All right. Okay, let's get back into the chat.
It's cheaper than your cup of coffee.
It's cheaper than a cup of coffee, right?
Right. So David's less expensive. Okay, it's less expensive. Okay, so David said many women in their 20s going to Dubai getting baby oiled at oil sheen.
I told you, Gucci is funny. I told you he's funny. It's true. They get doodled on.
Wait lang, now it's like a stereotype here that like people make fun of you when you go to you're going to Dubai. And
yes,
then you get that. Why? What's wrong with Dubai? That's why
But do you know why? I know, because look, the dudes in Dubai, there's stories about the chic where the women will go there and they'll get paid thousands of dollars to have a dude doodle on them, to urinate on them, or doodle on them, just doodle on your face. Hey, would you take? No. Stop! Quit playing. No, stop it. Hold on. No. Hold on a second. No.
Wait lang.
200,000. You wouldn't let somebody just duke you on your check. Come on. $200,000. US dollars.
And I wear a mask.
No, you can't wear a mask. You just 200,000. You said, look, I'm gonna just doodle on your chest.
Wait on 200,000.
200,000. You right? Come on. Quit playing, man. Hold on. It's Chosen. Hold on just a second, Chosen. I'm just saying, man. What you got, bro? Go ahead.
How you doing?
We're doing good, man. What's happening, John?
You know what? I have to agree with Smoothly a little bit.
Okay.
There's nothing wrong with Western women.
Okay.
There's nothing wrong with them. You know what? To be honest with you, I didn't even really started dating overseas until I was 35.
Mm-hmm.
But I do remember the days
of, dating in my country, America. And I didn't have a lot of money, but I dated people that were like me. They didn't have a lot of money. I didn't have to support them. They wasn't asking me for money. To be honest with you, the truth of the matter is this. The only time that I ever really got pressed for money is when I came to the Philippines. And it was I think I was 35 at the time. But money became an issue because I understand the circumstances of the Philippines. But there was a lot of times that a lot of American women had my back.
Right.
And I do remember that. I used to be homeless too. I was homeless. I didn't have nothing.
Right.
But that wouldn't be tolerated now.
It would not.
That wouldn't be tolerated.
Chosen.
And one thing that...
Go ahead, bro.
No. But I mean, like ever since I've been in the Philippines, like they say, no money, no honey. And that reigns true to this day.
It does.
And it's nothing against them from the Philippines, but they have a whole different type of circumstances.
Right.
So when we talk about money and 50-50 in the Western women, they want to take this and they want to take that. That's the same here too. So we can't do that. We not gonna do that. We it's just that ain't right.
Let me ask you
as far as money thing,
I want to ask you a question. You talked about past tense and
sure.
when you were dating before. Do you mind if I ask you how old you are now?
Now?
Yes, sir.
50.
Okay, so 50. So that was 15 years ago. That you're referring to the dating life 15 years ago. Bruh, do you understand how much dating has changed in the last 15 years? I think that's the point. I think a lot of cats, because we've been out of the market and you haven't been dating, whether it's because you got a girl now or you're married now, I think people really don't get how much dating has changed in the last 10 to 15 years. I'm not saying American women are bad. I'm just saying, bruh, it is a different game now. It is so different. That's all I'm saying. That's my point.
No, dating has changed. Dating has changed, but that doesn't mean that everybody in the Eastern Hemisphere, such as the Philippines, that doesn't mean they don't have social media.
Right.
I mean, to be honest with you, the Filipinos were the first one that asked for money.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they told me straight up 10 years ago, no money, no honey. I'm talking about 10 years ago. I'm not talking about right now. I know how the game works.
Okay. No, I made the same point earlier about Philippines.
Honest, it's not even about a money thing.
Yeah, no, I made the same point earlier about being in the Philippines. I'm not going to excuse the women here, and I'm not blaming, no shade, but I'm saying it is what it is. In the world, women are what they are. I mean, women are looking for security. They're looking for provision and protection. Sorry, I think we lost it. I think we lost the connection with Chosen One. Did we? Yeah, I think we lost the connection. Anyway, it is what it is. I don't think women here in the Philippines are any different. I think what they're asking for is the same. They're asking for a man to provide and protect, take care of them. Some women feel more entitled than others. I think the women at home feel more entitled. Chosen, if you're hearing this, bro, we just got cut off because you called on the WhatsApp. So sorry about that. Anyway, but I don't think they're any different. What I think is that you're willing, as some of the women here, a little bit more on the traditional side, and they're willing to give back and put into a relationship. Mm-hmm. If you choose the right one, if you vet and you choose the right one, I'm not saying all of them. I'm saying a lot of the women still are born with traditional values or still have traditional values instilled in them. And if you choose the right one, you can get an ROI.
Yeah,
that's my point. So I agree with you, and I'm not disagreeing with Smooth. But except that I think the dating market has changed so much, bro. Mm. I mean, so much from where it was 10, 15 years ago. Women weren't talking about you can't take me to Cheesecake Factory 10 years ago.
Yeah, because
Cheesecake Factory. Oh, damn.
Yeah, because a lot of Western women, I think, also women in general, are influenced a lot by social media, and they, because of those influencers, made them believe that you deserve this 1% of top 1%,
and you ain't the top 1%.
Yeah, and
so how do you deserve that?
Yeah, and then all of saying all of that, men feel judged because of their income, their height, their lifestyle, because women said, "Oh, I need a man who's 6'6". And also that makes a lot of average men feel invisible because they don't fall into the category of a lot of women, which requires 6'6".
Right.
Eh,
I got you. I got you.
I thought
I'm used to you. I'm used to you, right? All right. Go ahead with Jeff's comment. Go ahead.
Jeff said, "How many American women are NBSB, or no boyfriend since birth? Almost none. But in the Philippines, a lot of Filipinas are no boyfriend since birth. A whole lot. They care about that so much more than American women."
They focus on family. A lot of them focus on family. And again, you can't group everybody into one category and say all the women in the Philippines, because there's a lot of women here that are focused on their career, like Lucas said, focus on that bag. But there are a lot of women who still have traditional values, who are focused, who care so much about their family, more about their family than anything else. And I mean, some people might argue that way too much about the family, if you want to think about it. But anyway, oh, okay. So really quick, I heard that I missed a couple calls. And okay, again, the phone lines are a little bit iffy, so just bear with us a little bit today. When I go home, I might have to get a new phone. But anyway, John, I didn't cut you off. It's just the internet, bro. Go ahead and finish your point.
Oh, okay. Yeah, my point is this. Even when you think you're winning, you're losing. I mean, half of this conversation has been about the traditional woman. But let's face facts. This is the scenario. This is the situation. How many times have we seen foreigners getting scammed?
Yes.
How many times have we seen foreigners, being taken for everything, wind up on Ralphie Tufo? How many stories, how many situations, this and that? What I'm saying to you is, we want to think of Philippines as just in some cubby hole that has never seen the world, don't know what's going on, but at the same time, it's like they know what's going on. They're not stupid.
No, they're very smart.
That's all I'm trying to tell you. We're trying to give them a little bit more credit to, like, not knowing the deal or what's going on than what it really is. And we have to be a little bit fair. We have to be a little bit honest. But just to say, oh yeah, Filipinos, oh yeah, they're so great, they're so traditional, they're family oriented, and they're so loving, and that's the best thing ever. We're being a little bit disingenuous. That's all I'm trying to say to you. We got to be a little bit fair. So, I mean, even when you put them to that scale, as far as on the Western side or American side, to be honest with you, when it's all said and done, it's really the same thing.
Chosen.
That's my point.
I appreciate your point, and I respect that. But I have to challenge. I have to challenge what you said when you said we're being disingenuous, and I don't know who you meant by we, but I would challenge anyone to go back and watch this show. And on several occasions, I have said that women in the Philippines or the Philippines is no different. I will never paint the Philippines as being. We specifically said no utopia. It's not no paradise. We're just saying that for me, I'm saying that in the Philippines, what you can find a lot easier is a traditional woman. Not all of them. I'm not saying all of them, but it is much easier, especially per capita for sure, to find a traditional woman who gives a damn about family and who gives a damn about family values, as opposed to the U.S. I mean, I don't think anybody's going to argue that in the U.S., a lot of women just don't. They're not concerned so much about family values. They care about the bag. They care about their career. That's my only pushback on what you said.
I didn't catch the beginning of the conversation.
Okay,
but I know that there was some pushback as far as with Smooth Lee, and he said something about there's no good women in America, and so that's what I was talking about.
Right. No, I always, brother. I always like having you on because I like the back and forth we always have between us. So I appreciate you.
Thank you, Chosen One.
Absolutely. Take care.
Bye.
Yeah, the thing I like about Chosen is he's not the dude who just conforms and does what everybody says or follows the group. He's the dude who's going to put thought into the conversation, and he might agree and he might disagree, but he's going to put some thought into his comments, and I like that about him. Right. Okay. Let's see. Quote from the CDC. Okay.
Go ahead.
Quote from the CDC. Estimate. Okay, we'll take this call real quick. Dang it. Okay, hold on a sec. And boom. Caller, who's calling? Where you calling from?
So, Brooklyn, New York.
Brooklyn's in the house. Do it, brother. Go ahead.
Real quick point. I just want to say, for Filipinos and people who think when they come to the Philippines, oh, this girl expects this, or she expects me to support her family, or she expects all of this. People have to understand a lot of these people are in survival mode.
Yes.
You understand?
Yes.
You cannot compare someone who is in survival mode, who needs to take care of her mom or her father or her brothers or her sisters or her aunts or uncles or whatever. That may seem like it's out of this world to us, you take care of your whole family, you must be crazy. Nah, I mean, they're in survival mode. You understand? And so I just feel like a lot of people criticize the way that Filipinos treat their family. So this girl took her whole money, 75% of a check, and she gave it to the family. I mean, you know what? A lot of these people who criticize those type of Filipinos, they have clean running water. They have soap in their house. They have toothpaste. They have mouthwash. You understand? They have a toilet that flushes. So reason why I wanted to say that is because I just wanted to really say, you know what? Filipinos are different than a lot of Westerners. Mm-hmm. And in my personal opinion, they are the most beautiful, people that I have ever met in my entire life. And I want to say for anybody who's listening, there are traditional women that still exist in the Philippines. I have one. So I am proof that there are actual traditional women in the actual Philippines. And Richie, if I may make one more point, you always talk about, which I really love, you talk about you and Cheng met at Popeyes, right? Now, the reason why I brought that up because a lot of Western women, you can't tell them you're going to Popeyes. It somehow implies that you're broke or oh, Richie must not have any money because he wants to go to Popeyes. But I can guarantee that you probably took Cheng to a very nice restaurant, after that. You understand? So what I'm really saying is Popeyes or that first meeting doesn't really define how what I want to say, that first meeting, which here in New York, women expect you to go to 5-star restaurant. When you meet me, it has to be 5-star steak. I am willing to bet, I could be wrong, but I am willing to bet you actually took Cheng to someplace very nice after that. So that just goes to really show that just because you bring into someone to to go get coffee or whatever, that doesn't define the whole
I agree.
package. So anyway,
absolutely.
My bad. I didn't want to go over it.
No, good point. So we always appreciate you.
Thank you, Jerry.
All right, cool.
Sting Shack, we missed your call. Give us a call back. You guys, we're just trying to take as many calls as possible. So if we missed your call, just give us a call back, okay? What's the nicest place I ever took you to?
The Grand Hyatt.
To the Grand Hyatt, of course. Absolutely. Have you been taken out? Have you been treated fairly good?
Of course.
Yeah. Yeah, and I don't even remember, but I think Popeyes was your suggestion. I'm just saying.
Yeah, I did suggest that.
Yeah, what's yours? All right, Sting Shack, what you got, brother?
What's happening, you guys? How you two doing?
Doing good, man. Real good.
Good to hear it. Good to hear it. My whole point is this, man. You go out on the streets nowadays. Let's say if I could beam you here to America, you on the street with your microphone and said, you ask Western women, do you need men? How many of them are going to say no? And then I beam you back to the Philippines and ask Filipino women the same question. They're not going to say that. Not one of them, probably.
Very few.
That's the whole deal.
It's the mindset.
Always people are. Go ahead.
I said it's the mindset. It's a very different mindset here and at home now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, and the Western mindset with the women here says they don't need us. They tell us they don't need us.
Yeah.
And then in the Philippines, that's not the case. The women understand the value of a man. They understand the value of a relationship. They understand the value of how to keep a relationship.
Right.
And that's the attraction for the Western men to come over there. It's not just women are feminine, fit, and beautiful. Feminine, fit, and friendly. It's the whole point of the mindset of saying keeping things traditional. There's certain things about us that we like to keep, that we enjoyed as men our age. I'm 59 tomorrow, and these are things we look at in terms of that how we were raised. I had both my parents my whole life.
Right. It makes a difference.
I know what the marriage value is.
Right. It makes a difference, doesn't it? And how you value things. Sting Shay, I got a question for you. Do you think Western women really believe? Do you think they really believe that they don't need men? Or do you think they just say it because it's the sisterhood? Or do you think they're just joining the sisterhood and they don't want to be the pick-me girl anymore, and they don't want to push back if they say, I do need a man?
No, I think it's a talking point that's being pushed on them right now.
I think so too.
Right into it.
I think so too. I think they want a man so bad, but they're afraid to go outside what the sisterhood is saying. So they just, it shows how influenceable the young women in this world are today by social media. I believe so many of them. Go ahead.
They gotta do like Kendrick Lamar and Kendrick Lamar to turn the TV off.
Exactly. I think so too. I think most of them don't believe it. I just think they want to go ahead and go along with what the sisterhood says. Appreciate your call, brother.
Stan, advance birthday.
Yeah. Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Why are you gonna ruin it? We were gonna do some. Watch out. You have some. All right, brother. We appreciate you. Advance happy birthday. You'll be hearing from me, brother. Take care.
All right, man. All right. Y'all take care now.
Ruin my thing.
I know.
Man. Yes, I do. Right? Yeah. That's all good. All right. Anyway, let's see.
Back to the Philippines said, yes, Cheng, the standards are unrealistic. Mm-hmm. That's why many of them are single. Simple mathematics.
That's it.
Okay, Lucas said, social media has damaged the minds, values, and relationships of so many people, young and old.
I agree. I think there's so many young women, and they just, it's crazy.
They compare their lives to a lot of people on social media.
Yeah, I think 10 years or 15 years from now, a lot of them are going to regret it. Speaking of, where the hell have you been? Right, man, what are you doing? What are you doing, young man?
Many of them are simple
Mo, you're up.
Morris, turn your sound down. We got you on.
Sorry, I thought it was already down.
That's all right. Go ahead, brother. What's going on with you, man? What took you so long?
Yeah, man. It's been a rough week.
Hang tough.
Hang tough, brother. You all right?
Yeah, I had a passing in the family. Someone that I spoke to just last week.
Sorry to hear that.
Out of the blue. Brother. Yeah. Yeah. So on your topic, Western women are less desired because, like you guys are saying, they're entitled. They believe that just because they're beautiful, that they deserve the world. They believe dirty table. They believe they don't have to bring nothing. They want the bills and everything paid for, but don't want to be They want a traditional man, but they want to remain a modern woman.
Right.
They don't want to cook. They don't want to clean. They don't want to do nothing. And like you guys said, they're talking about, I don't need a man.
Right.
So if you don't need a man, then why do you demand that a man, if he takes you out to a restaurant, he has to go to a 5-star restaurant? You don't want to go to no no cheesecake factory. You don't want to go for no simple walk on the beach. So, or you, respectfully, or you are just a escort or a prostitute, basically.
Not much difference. Not much difference.
Yeah, it's not much difference.
Yeah.
If you want to spend time with me, boy, you gotta take me this place. You gotta buy me this. Shoot, less headaches. Just go on the street, give a girl a couple of dollars, get your rocks off, and say, "Yeah, check you later."
Right. Yeah,
And
I agree.
And with the Filipino women, they have a different mindset. They know they need a man. They're family oriented. If they want to get with a man that's serious, they're looking at having a family, looking at offspring, carrying the seed. You know what I mean?
Right. No, absolutely.
It's sad. I just saw a video yesterday off on this other guy's YouTube channel. This girl was actually stating, and she was dead serious, that if a man wants to be with me, he's gotta give me an allowance of $10,000 a month.
Yeah.
I'm like, what the heck?
That's it.
And the guy said, "Oh, so so for that money, what are you doing?" "Oh, it's just my presence."
That's it.
I'm like, man, delusional.
$10,000. $10,000 a month. But Mo, men are giving it to them. That's the problem is you have men that are letting women do this and letting them feel entitled. Even here in the Philippines, something I learned. Some of these young content creators out here, they don't care if their channel gets big or not. It's not even important. They're not trying to grow their channel. You know what they're trying to do? They're trying to get simps in their DMs. That's what they want. They want simps in their channel doesn't need to get bigger. As long as they have simps in their DMs, nothing else matters because they're going to keep getting money. The simps will give them super chats. It doesn't forget what YouTube gives them. The simps will hit their PayPal or they'll give me a call for you. The simps will pay for them. That's what's up now. That's the deal now. It's as long as the simps are giving them money, they're gonna keep doing what they do until the men's mentality gets stronger or better. And as long as there's simps out there, these women are gonna keep doing what they do. Period. I appreciate you, brother. Hey, shout out to you. I'm sorry for your loss, brother. If you need to talk, you know what to do after we get done with this live stream. All right.
Yes, indeed.
All right, brother. Take care. Blessings, man.
Blessings. Okay.
Again, you guys, we have about 8 minutes left in this live stream. Give us a call. If we missed your call, we got a lot of calls in, but we only have one line, so sometimes we can't take the call on top of another one. So give us a call in. We always try to get your call as many as we can.
And also on top, adding to what you said, we're going to try to read as much comments as we can in 8 minutes. Okay, so we've been behind for about more than an hour already. So Young Fresh said that is what we're attracted to. That's why Western women are not desirable. Okay, so Lucas said OFW's remittance is what keeps this country afloat. And thank you for the hard work of our OFWs.
For sure.
So David said, I disagree about liberal dudes being beta. Liberal dudes discover a dating scene that is marriage and family intending. They go more to the center.
That's an interesting perspective. Okay,
Young Fresh said Western women, they train their women at age of 18 that they are on their own. Go out in the world and be masculine and work hard to compete against men and show the world your power.
Young Fresh, I think that is a big part of the issue, bro. I think that's a major part of the issue is that the women who are training the women, those women are Western, those women are modern women and they're single moms. You have single moms training the young women of today. So how do you think they're going to train them? Go out and find a husband? Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
So Jermaine said, finally, a caller that has mentioned the courts and economic trends that caused this in the West.
Right. All right, we'll take one call. We'll take 2 more calls before we get done with this live stream. Go ahead, caller. What you got?
Okay, it's Black Box again one last time.
Okay.
We also got to remember the demographic of the men going over there. It's not exactly the youngest guys going over there.
Absolutely.
They're usually between the ages of 55 and 65, around my age, on average.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And then, like I said, they're usually not in the best tip-top condition that they go. They usually go there with overweight, with some health issues, and stuff like that. And that's the demographic. And this is why the women choose them, because some of them that want men usually want older guys because they're more stable. They're not partying. They're not going to hit and run. You know, so that's why some Filipinos that do choose to date old, because I watch the Fuentes family, some of the girls don't want older dudes, but the ones that do, they pick the older dudes usually. And another thing I'll say real quickly, I watched a video of Quezon City and about the gangs in that town there in Manila, but I've seen them, they named them in this video. So I understand how certain people are in survival mode when I watch Jiggers TV. People need to watch some of these videos of the slums of the Philippines to see just how badly some of our friends are over there and what they're going through on a day-to-day basis. For them to get an understanding why these people are in survival mode. People just really don't understand until we actually be there how bad it really is.
We've lived a first world life and we can't relate.
Right.
Most of us can't relate, bro.
Right.
Yeah.
And when I first stepped over there and I was like, I've seen stuff before. I was like, wow, this is really, and even under those conditions, they're still hospitable and friendly. Right. That's why people fall in love with the place. Absolutely. Because of the opposites of their being so poor, but still so friendly. Right.
Absolutely.
So people have to understand that when you date a Filipino, yes, you're dating their family, and you can see wow. You just have to keep it within control. Don't let them run you over. You help them out within reason. But you just don't empty your pockets, but you do it like you said, the way you normally do it.
Right.
With vetting and you set limitations, but understand why they do. They're not doing it just because. There's always a reason for it.
You absolutely have to vet. I mean, I don't know if there's been any videos that we've made out of the 500 where we didn't talk about vetting. I just think that's the key. Is the key point to all of this. I don't care where you are. I don't care if you're here. You still got to vet. Every woman's not traditional. Right. Every woman's not about family here. You got to vet and make sure she's the right woman for you. So I appreciate you.
Them complain, when you marry a Filipino, you marry a family.
Absolutely. Why? You got a better family too. Right.
Thank you, Black Box.
Appreciate you, brother. Take care.
Yeah, thank you. Have a good weekend.
Thank you.
Okay, where we at? But you got to do this first.
Yeah.
You got to do that first. Okay. Mm-hmm. All right. Okay. And let's get that one in before we finish.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So David said, "Thank you so much for his super chat. By the way, if Sims have the money, they should give it to Rich and Cheng. Thank you."
Thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah.
Okay, so we have Lucas.
All right, let's wrap this up. We're at 11:50. Well, that's
Okay.
You want to go ahead and read that?
Yeah, Lucas said, "It is refreshing to listen to the men here that still value morals. I just wish there are more women to hear this and share how they feel. Have a great day, everyone. God bless you all." Thank you so much for chiming in, Miss Luca.
And Miss Rhoda dropped in as well.
So you're late.
Yeah, you're a little late. Well, I'd love to get your comments.
Yeah.
A little earlier than that, Miss Rhoda. But next time. We always appreciate you having it. Okay. Gucci said, "My Eastern European dating experience got demanded an LV purse and another demanded an iPhone X." Right. Hey, it is no joke. I've been there, done that. And it is no joke. If you think women here or anywhere else are materialistic, go to Eastern Europe, go to Ukraine, go to Russia, and you will find out the hard way, son. Those women are for reals, and they are pragmatic, and they will tell you exactly what they want. And if you can't give it to them, it is off to the next guy. It ain't got nothing to do with love. All right. Big Boss said,
"Too many dudes floating a couple of inches off the ground these days. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but we need the real men."
You gotta stay real. You really seriously gotta stay real, right? Yeah. Official EJ Wade said some American women are complaining about men making $99,000, less than $100,000. It's like, that's crazy to me. Like, what are you complaining about? What are you complaining? Because she's got 2 or 3 kids and she needs that. More than that to support her and her damn kids is the problem, right? Mm-hmm. Jeff T said American women are ridiculously entitled. And Jeff, it's hard to argue that. Jeff D said vet, vet, vet,
and
and when you're done, vet some more. And I'll keep saying that. I don't care ad nauseum. You know, and again, since Smoothly started the show, I'll give him credit. I'll give him credit because remember in the beginning I was on that whole bus saying, no, don't take no Philippines woman to America. She'll just do. No, it ain't about that. It's about the woman you choose. It's about the woman you choose. Period. You got to vet though. If you choose a Filipina, you got to vet her. If you come here, you got to vet. If you're at home, you got to vet. There's still good women left at home. It's just per capita, it's tough to find them. It's going to be tough to find them. Women who have the same values, traditional values, who are looking to be partners, who are looking for compromise, who are looking to be teammates and work together. They're tough to find because they're not teaching that at home. But you can still find them. Doesn't mean you can't find them at all. They're just tougher to find. That's all I'm saying. Okay. I think we're way behind. Let's see. Okay, go ahead.
Jeff said so much easier to find good women in the Philippines.
It is so much easier.
It's easy to find women, but good women you have to vet.
Yeah, it is easier. A quality woman, a good woman. I mean, it's definitely easier to find women. Jeff, I don't know. I would have to think about that, bro. I can't say no. I can't say yes. It's definitely easier to find women. To find a quality woman,
it's still
going to be a little easier. It still might be a little easier than in the West, but I think the key word is quality. Okay. Anyway, okay. Go ahead.
Chosen One said, you marry a Filipina, you marry the whole family.
No question.
That is also true.
No question, right?
Big Al said, Chosen One, I can prove that getting married family is also.
Right. Okay. All right.
Chosen One said, you will never separate the Filipina from her family. The culture don't work like that.
And don't even try it because they will resent you for it, right? Okay.
David said, I love Popeyes. My wife likes spicy chicken sandwiches.
And just to put this on record, she was the one who suggested Popeyes, not me. Yeah, she was hot to
meet you.
To meet a dude. And yeah. No, I'm saying me. I'm probably a dude, right? Yeah. Okay. But she suggested Popeyes. And the reason was, just in fairness, the reason was because
it was close.
It was close to both of us. And I was new here. I was still only here for less than 2 months, I think. So I didn't really know my way around. But I knew where the Popeyes was. I knew where the Popeyes was.
You told me your location. I know a place close by.
Yeah. So,
you can walk.
Yes. All right. Okay, so let's see. Okay.
I'll just go out of my way and meet you.
I don't know. Wasn't here. Okay, go ahead.
Chosen One said, foreigners think marrying a Filipina is going to cheat and sweet until 10 people move in with you.
Right.
You have to set some boundaries in the beginning.
You gotta set boundaries.
I'm just marrying you. I'm not marrying the entire family.
Right. Yeah, we can help family out, but they're not moving in.
It's up to you to set some boundaries.
Right. Okay.
So David said, Rich, you and Cheng should host a balloon popping show and see how many Pinoys will pop the balloon. And they bring a Western woman on the show and see how many Pinoys pop their balloons.
That would be interesting. That would be really interesting. You know, they have a Pop the Balloon Thailand now.
Yeah, I think in the audience, one of the commenters mentioned that, Rich, did you know that there's Pop the Balloon?
Yeah, it's Pop the Balloon Thailand. Imagine that, right? It's they go straight to the money. Straight to how much money do you make? What do you do? How much money do you make? I got this, and this. Can you take care of me? Up next, pop. Yeah, that's how it would be. Okay.
Boring Guy Philippines. Thank you. If you're new to our channel, thank you for watching us. And where in the Philippines are you if you're here in the Philippines? He said, I totally agree. Social media is hurt most women in the US and they don't realize it. They want to be like all the famous people, but they're not famous. Yeah, they emulate what the rich people are doing.
They do. They really do.
But they can't really do what they're doing because they don't have the money. Okay, so he also said it's nice to see this subject actually come up, the difference between the women, Filipino women are so more family oriented and want to be wives. US women, they want to be pampered and have what they want.
I think we've spoiled our women at home. We've spoiled our women at home. I see dudes come here and spoil the women here, which I think look, I don't see what's going on behind closed doors. So if their woman is spoiling them too, I'm all for that. Right? But not you just get all of this and you treat me like crap or you take more money, you're always asking for more. Uh, I just think we've put our women in a position where they are now feeling very entitled and like they don't have to work for what we give them. And I think honestly, no disrespect, but I think part of it is it's men to blame. So not just men. I'm not saying men are to blame, but I'm saying we got to take some of that responsibility. We made them like that. We made them like that. If there weren't simps and suckers out there giving them money and doing all this stuff, how did they get to this point? We got them to this point because we were giving them money. We were doing all this stuff that made them feel like that they deserve this now. So now we're backing off of it, and now there's a fight.
And just to go back to your previous solo show live stream, don't bring your Western mindset or everything that you did in the West, don't bring it here because that's a totally different culture. So it doesn't apply. And you are just teaching the women here to become westernized.
Exactly. Oracle said 200-pound single moms, not attractive, are demanding men who are 6'6" and 6. They're delusional. I agree. And that was my other point is like, look, are we going to sit here and argue that there's not per capita? I mean, more fit, feminine, friendly women here? Come on, let's not be crazy, right? Per capita, there just are. There's some bigger women here now. Don't let's not get it twisted. I see some big ones every day now. A lot of that rice, they eat that rice and it jacks them up. But anyway, the point is the mentality of a lot of the women at home is just different now. They value different stuff. They don't care about being in relationships now. They're just after the bag. They're after their career. That's cool. But when they get into their 50s and 60s, that's when the price has to be paid. Okay, you guys, I think we got to call this good. Hey, we did it. We did it. We got it. Okay. We got to call this good. And get to the end of our live stream. We really appreciate you guys contributing to the conversation and jumping in. And we appreciate everybody's passion, everybody's desire to get, to say their piece. And I really appreciate the fact that we can all have this conversation, whether we agree or disagree, but we can all be respectful toward each other. And I appreciate that. Yeah. Jerry, I appreciate you smoothly. You know how I feel about you, brother. Mad respect and admiration for you. And that's it. That's it, you guys. Thank you so much for being part of our show. You got some last words?
Yeah. If you're coming here to the Philippines, whether visiting or want to move here, we have one last
call. We'll take one last call. We're going to finish it on this note, okay? And then you can finish your last words. Okay. Caller, what you got? You're the last call of the day.
I know I am. This is Kermit. How you doing?
Hey, Kermit, how you doing, man? Sorry we missed you.
Yeah, too. I just got back from the Philippines. I tell you, I made every mistake I wasn't supposed to make. Well,
I know you
first
did.
of all, I met this girl that someone introduced me to. All of these girls were from Samar.
Mm-hmm.
So they all live over there near the Oasis, near Clark Air Force Base. And, well, she turned out to be really nice. I really like her a lot. She never asked me for any money.
Mm-hmm.
But I did notice as a dentist, she needed some dental work. So I took her to the dentist and tried to get some things fixed. Well, it's cheaper over here, but it's not cheap,
Right.
And but I got that done. So we went to church every Sunday, and we prayed before we ate. And, she just turned out to be great. I took her to Boracay, which I know that you're not supposed to do. We went, and I told her, I said, listen, I need someone who will come and go scuba diving with me. You got to get certified. She said, I'm scared. I said, I don't do scared. So either you get certified or we just gonna have a caller right here. And she went, got certified. So, you know, I'm very happy with her. You know, I plan on marrying her. She's a great girl. She's 26. I'm 67. You know, but I don't really look 67, but still I'm 67.
You look pretty good.
It's working out for me.
Herman, you know, there's a saying in China, and I say this all the time, and I mean it. You want to go ahead? Go ahead.
如果你好
It's simple.
Wait.
如果你很开心，我们很开心. And all it means is if you're happy, brother, I'm happy for you. That's what it means. We're happy for you if you're happy. I just want everybody to win. I don't want nobody to come out here losing or feeling like they lost their ass because they made bad decisions. And sometimes we know we're not making a good decision, but sometimes it still works out, right? So I want you to win, bro. Right. If you're happy, then I'm happy for you. That's all I'll say.
You know, I just gotta say this last thing. You know, if you're an expat, you know, Sunshine Shoulders always says help somebody.
Absolutely.
You can take $20 and feed about 5 or 6 homeless people on the street.
Mm-hmm.
It's wonderful. So you know, I don't know what to say. It's a beautiful place, beautiful people, and everybody's kind.
Agreed. Kermit, when you coming back?
I got a friend that's getting married to a girl in June, so maybe in June.
Okay. Well, hopefully we'll connect this time. We missed each other, but hopefully we'll connect this time. Yeah. Okay. All right. Thank you, brother. Take care now.
All right. To end this.
When you gonna get it right? Let me say it. Let me say it.
你好康星
Oh man. Wait, stop.
I'll practice again. Rugo.
Nali.
Okay. So you guys, thank you so much for joining us in today's live stream. And we definitely enjoyed the call-ins and all your take. And we appreciate you being respectful to everyone in the chat and on the call. And don't forget that when you come here to the Philippines, just get your mind right, your body right, and your pockets right, and vet that woman. Don't be coming here thinking that she's oh, this is paradise, this is utopia. No, it's not like that. We're not painting the Philippines in that kind of picture, but you have to put your spidey senses up, be Jedi senses up, and be observant. You
gotta vet.
You gotta
vet.
Be observant.
You have to vet.
And most importantly, you lead with your character.
Right. I mean, if you lead with money, just don't be surprised if she treats you like you're leading with money.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, don't call her names. That's what you taught her. You taught her to anyway. You know what? You guys know what it is. As Smoothly says, it's
always peace and love.
That's what it is. Hey, we love you guys. Thank you guys so much for joining us. Slick Rick is for Richie Rich, for Rich Abroad.
And this is Chang.
Slick Rick is behind the counter. He's doing everything behind the scenes. And Slick Rick, don't think we haven't forgot about you. I'm going to be home next week, and I got something for you, brother.
You watch. I got something for you.
Yeah, we got something for you because we appreciate what you do. And this show would not be as easy if you weren't doing what you do. So thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Is that it? All right, you guys. Deuces. We're up out of here. We'll see you guys next week. Well, wait. We won't see them next week. Hey, I'm gonna be on a plane next week. I think I'll be on a plane. I don't know what time my plane leaves. I'll leave on Sunday, so we might. We'll check. I'll check my itinerary. I'm not sure, but anyway, we'll see you next week. We got 3 videos that are coming out, and the solo show, of course, is going to be midweek, and so we will see you next week. But the next live stream after the solo show will be from the States. Yeah. So all right, we'll see you soon. Dang. Okay, let's get you fed. Come on. All right, we'll see you guys later. Love you guys. Deuces. We're out.